This is the MVP. You want to hear my favorite song from Medusa last year? Here we go.
Hey, April. Hey. Hey, hi. Hey, howdy. Hello. Hey, hi, howdy. Hello. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Like plastic. Cause your ass sucked dick. Sup, party peoples. Hey, Easy Street. Nice weather we're having today, isn't it? It's awesome weather. This weather is fucking amazeballs. It's the best weather ever. We're totally not getting snow. We're gonna it's gonna be like no more snow ever, and we're gonna have the best weather. I'm waiting on Easy to throw something at me. Put the kibosh on it. You know what? You know what I found out? I found out that damage is already done. I found out it's gonna rain tomorrow. Not rain, but snow. Cause immediately after that, I looked and apparently it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Oh, this is a good one. A 37-year-old man-child that figures out he has to grow up. That sounds like some of the people we're dealing with. 40-year-old grown ass person. One of you is actually 50 something and still acting that way, sir. Not only are you all up in the bitch drama, but you are over 50 years old. Like, how are you halfway to 60 and still acting like a petulant teenager who didn't get their way? Like, how are you that old? So I figured this would be a fitting video to watch, considering that we're dealing with a bunch of man babies and desperate pygmy bitches. And slightly amusing that this literally fits the bill for the people we deal with pretty consistently. It's a shame people can't not act like insane, petulant fucking hormonal, idiotic people. Like I've seen toddlers behave better. Like I legit have seen toddlers with better morals and I don't know, intellect actually. I've seen toddlers with more scruples than half of these people, I swear to God.
We're just figure out how to reach out. Want to come on? Talk to Jeff quick? Way too much. Okay, good. Okay. That's fine. Drugs. She beat me up for months. Even my roommate goes, don't involve him. He's a good guy. I know. I was 60 years old now. And I let him move in and he's a drug. How long has he been living here? 4 years now. 4 years? Okay. Okay. So I didn't want him in here. Okay, so what happened today? This is Emma, come on in. I went up.
Is he for real pouting right now? Mom said I had to get out. You know, Clean, you might be hearing that one of these days. You might have to move out of your mommy's basement. That goes for you too, Jade. Isn't mommy tired of taking care of you? Like, aren't you a grown-ass woman and too old to be living with mommy at nearly 40 years old? Like, he's legit pouting. Why? Mommy won't let me stay here if I'm a disrespectful piece of shit. And, like, what's with 40-year-old men and dressing like 16-year-old gangster wannabes? Like, if these motherfuckers ever actually saw the hood, they wouldn't be acting like that. Because ain't not one of these motherfuckers hard at all. Not street hard, they ain't. They ain't shit in the real streets. Bunch of pussy ass motherfuckers playing gang. They don't know what the fuck gang is. Wanna be acting like a bunch of hard motherfuckers. You ain't hard. You about as hard as a fucking thing of liquid slime. Like water slime. You're about as hard as water slime, my dude. I've seen farts harder than you. Like, I am more intimidated by a fucking draft of air or a really bad silent fart than I am of you. You bitch made is what you are. You wanna act like you all gangsta. Bitch, get the fuck out of my face. This dude up here acting like he all hard and shit, living with mommy. What the fuck? Like, come on. You motherfucker, if you hard, then SpongeBob SquarePants is a fucking hood ass gangster. Like, SpongeBob's a real G. If you a thug. I'm just saying. Like, real thugs don't whine like that. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You whine like that in the streets, you gonna be somebody's bitch by the end of the day. I'm just gonna tell you that. Straight up.
Because he did something last night that he should have done. Okay. With my car. Okay. And I simply quietly said, Mason, you can't drive my car anymore, okay? This is my car and I just don't trust you. Okay. And he blew a gasket. He's been in my face, spitting at me, pushing at me, taking my phone, throwing my phone. He threw himself down the steps and told everybody you threw me down the steps. I never touched him. Okay. Why would I do that? He's got to get out of here. He needs help. And he's taking me down with him. Okay.
This poor lady. I mean, oh my God. You so gangsta, you're gonna bully your mom? Like, are you fucking kidding me? You gonna go gangsta on your mom, Miss Betty over here? Miss Betty Sue. What did Miss Betty Sue do to you, my dude? She took her car back? How dare she not want your fucking useless ass, bum ass, sorry ass, weak ass driving around in her vehicle if you doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing? How dare she take her car back? I mean, of course she needs to take her car back. Your bitch ass needs to go get a job and stop harassing this poor lady. Your bitch ass needs to go get a job, go get yourself a place, and get the fuck up out your mama's house and up out your mama's car. What you gonna do when mama pop that titty out your mouth, boy? What the fuck you gonna do when mama pop that titty out your mouth? Because you ain't gonna be able to do shit for yourself. That's one thing these people do not realize about coddling their fucking grown ass adult kids. This motherfucker grown motherfucker, up in his mama's house, pushing her around and bullying her because she wants her car back. Because this bitch ass can't be bothered to go get him a job or go get him his own vehicle. Now, this lazy motherfucker, useless ass bum, ride around on everybody else's dime his whole life, I'm willing to bet you. Hey, Dean. His mom's more gangster than him. What she need to do is pop that titty out his mouth and force him to grow the fuck up. You don't do your kids no favors by coddling them and making them believe that nothing they do is wrong. Your job as a parent is to ensure that should something happen to you when they reach adulthood, that they could survive without you. Your job as a parent is to teach your children how to live on if something happens to you. And if you are not teaching your children how to thrive on their own and be self-sufficient, you are failing them. You are making your children too dependent on you if they are 37 years old and still all up in your house, all up in your car, and ain't doing shit for themselves. I blame the fucking parents for that shit, okay? Hey, Salt, or Salty, or however you say that. Stop coddling your kids at nearly 40 years old. It's women like this is why we have 40-year-old man children running around out here. still ain't growed the fuck up. Because mamas ain't popping their titty out their mouth before they hit 50. Real talk. What we got is a bunch of 40-year-old bitch-made punk-ass bitches. We ain't got that many real men out here today because of people like that. It is what it is. Too many bitch-made Kevins out here. Exactly, Salty. Thank you. For sure, Fallen. Yeah, I know. I know one of those that's nearly 60 and still acting like he's fucking 17 frat party bullshit. Yeah, fuck no. No. It's some bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say. It's some bullshit. What else this bitch, little punk ass motherfucker, wanna say?
Well, you know, but before they tried telling me what to. How we can help him, but he doesn't want help. Okay. Okay. So like then today, so today you just went and told them that you can't. That he's not taking my car. Taking a car. Okay. That's always said. And then what happened? Then he flew off his bed. He chased me down the steps. He grabbed my phone. He got in my face like this, going like this, spitting on me. Okay. And then he said, I'm taking your phone. He's doing my.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Hell no! Hell no! Hell no! She ain't paying all his bills. He ain't driving her car for him to spit on her. Bitch, you spit on me. You better go on and get your prayers out the way. Because I'm sending you to Jesus. If you fucking spit on me, you're going to meet him. So you may as well start fucking praying the minute you spit on me. Because you coming to Jesus, all right. You fixing to go straight to that motherfucker. I will send you to him. Fucking spit on me. See what happens. See what happens. Yo, you don't spit on your mama, dude. You disrespectful little shit. Yo, fucking yes. This little bitch ass motherfucker spit on his mama. Bitch, you would be resting in pieces. You spit on me. Don't try it. Don't go and try it. See what happens. Try me. But before you try me, you might want to go on and talk to Jesus about all your affairs, because you're gonna be meeting him soon. Fucking spit on me. Mm-mm. Not today, Satan. Mm-mm. Nope. I can't handle that. Like, I can handle a lot of stuff, dude, but you ain't fixing to spit on me. You fixing to have a lot of problems, and I know I'm only almost 5 foot tall, but like you fixing to have your hands are fixing to be full, because I will fly upside you like a fucking spider monkey. I don't give a damn. You ain't gonna spit on me. You'd be like, Jesus, please help me, Jesus. Yeah. Only yours would probably be more like high pitched and shit, because you run around screaming like a little bitch. But yeah, he for real was like pushing her and spitting on her. And no, that's your mama. I don't care how old you are or what the relationship. I don't care. You don't spit on your mama. Don't do it. That disgusting for one. For two, it's insanely disrespectful. Like I don't think you could get any more disrespectful than to spit on someone. That's like the highest level of disrespect I can think of. Other than if you like pissed on somebody, but like I don't see a whole lot of people just whipping out their nether regions peeing on folks out here, and I pray that that's the thing that I continue not seeing. That would be great. But like I can't think of a more disrespectful thing to do to somebody.
Phone down.
Okay.
And it came apart.
Okay.
He said, I filmed myself down the steps and telling everybody push, and he did. They saw it in the driveway. I looked over at them and I said, call it. I don't know if it was Shelly.
Are you talking about like these stairs or the?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He threw himself down there and said, I pushed him.
Okay.
He cannot live here anymore.
Okay.
He can't.
Okay.
36, almost 37.
Okay.
Whose name is on mine?
So as far as that, so then he threw himself down. So like the neighbors were outside. You said.
They saw him go tumbling down.
Okay.
I think Corey was trying to say something to us. You know, Corey.
Okay.
The challenge boy.
Oh, yep.
And he said, "To sweetheart," and I think he was just trying to say something to us, and then he just stops looking at us, and they said, "Call the cops," because he wouldn't let me.
Okay. So then you said there was some stuff that's gone on before, like this.
Oh
like,
my God! Over and over and over and over, he's threatened me. He's been in my face. I can't take it anymore.
Okay. And I think he's got nowhere else to go. I'm assuming.
Nowhere else to go.
Okay.
We gotta figure this out. Hey, Mason, come over here. I was asleep. What's going on? Okay. So, what did you start this morning? It started 10 minutes ago. She goes, "You're not taking my car anymore. That's my car. I don't need her car." Okay. And then she just starts going in. I say, "I'll be out. I got work in a couple hours. I'll be out." I said, "You got to give me more than a day." I'm a resident here. I said, "I got to have longer than the end of the night." Okay, let me just. I'm still here with. See this thing happening? It's actually insane. Like, I'll pack my stuff up. I'll be out of here.
No, what's actually insane, dude, is the fact that you're legit sitting there talking to the police. All you had to do is get your bitch ass out. You have had 37 years. 37 to grow up. And you've had from the time you were 18 years old until you are now 37 to figure it out. So it's not like she asked you on the night of your 18th birthday to figure it out. You are 37 years old. You've had nearly 10 years. No, more than that. 28 would be 10 years. 38 would be 20. You've had plenty of time. 10, anywhere from 10 to 20 years you have had to figure your life the fuck out. Something like that, yeah, easy. 18, 19 years. So it's not like she just dropped this on you. You've had nearly 20 years to get your shit together. And I guarantee you, all 18 to 19 years you've probably spent under that poor woman's roof, not trying to do a goddamn thing. that generation of men are incredibly lazy. I'm sorry, but like the majority of the men within that age range that I have met in today's society, they're lazy as hell. Useless, lazy, and fucking toxic. Narcissist. Like, I have seen mud pits with higher moral standards than this dude has. I'm just saying.
What's your middle initial? And I'm just trying to reason off here. I'm like, what's going on? If you want to add Michelle and Mason to the call, do you have other places you could stay? All right. Why don't you have a seat on the stairs for me? I gotta check in with them. I want to get my shit out here now. Well, let's just instead of having you go back in there right now and kind of stir things back up, let's just. No, I know you won't. I'm not saying I didn't mean to say it. You weren't, but just to kind of keep things cool, we're gonna have you. I don't want her in there lying. Okay, well I'm gonna go check with the person. If you just want to have a seat for me, real quick.
No, Harry. Most definitely. Like, there are, like, I'm thinking that age group, and not just the men. I have met some sorry ass men. But with my experience, most of the men between those ages are lazy, selfish, narcissistic pieces of shit. Manipulative as hell. Will sit there and fucking gaslight your ass after they do the shit to you. Then they turn around and gaslight you into thinking that it's your fault they're doing toxic shit to you. Know anybody like that, Harry? Mm-hmm. Anywho, I don't know what's wrong with, I guess, the anywhere from age 35 to 45. It's not good in either sex because the women are self-centered, hypocritical, lying, conniving, sneaky bitches. Insecure as fuck, eternally seeking validation from literally anyone who will look at them. And the men are just sorry as shit. But, like, not all, but in my personal experience, it's been a majority of the people I've met. Yeah. Especially on this platform. And the fucking ego trips. I swear to God.
Ah, dang it. What's his name? Okay. The other one can't though. Okay. The other one comes with me. Huh?
I'll talk to you. I'll talk in a second. You need to talk first.
Yeah, I was just trying to see, I guess, kind of what's space here. Oh. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, ultimately, well, the hiccup we have is that he lives here and he's set a residency, so we gotta. It's not like we can just tell him he's got to leave because this is his house. What about me? So, well, no, I know that. But technically, you have to evict him because you let him live here, set up his this is his house. So ultimately, if he doesn't want to leave, we can't force him to leave. You have to actually go through an eviction to actually evict him to get him out of your house. If he doesn't choose to want to leave on his own, like if we say, hey, you gotta go, you leave. If he agrees, great. But that's the hiccup when people, just same as if you have a spouse, you can't just kick them out because you don't. So yeah, I mean that was like that's one hiccup, is trying to figure out getting him.
Well, how do I do that? Because he's got to go.
Yeah. And do you have some? I'll talk in a second. Do you need to talk or?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, I guess, kind of where what's.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, ultimately that part would be going through the courthouse and doing an eviction through the courthouse. You have to go up there and file papers, and then there's a hearing and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, that's to get him truly out of here. I mean, if he chooses to leave on his own, that's great. But I'm gonna guess he's probably not gonna do that.
Here's the thing. You said it didn't cause you any pain when she hit you?
It hurt.
Okay, so did it?
I didn't know she was going to keep going with this. My sock was missing. I was outside, and I told you she hit me. I have a high pain tolerance. That doesn't mean she didn't beat me.
Okay, I'm not saying that, but I asked you. Okay, so it did cause you pain. Is what you're saying?
Yes, I just didn't. I rolled down 4 steps, and then yelled help.
Okay, and like I said,
was just trying to guard the little masculinity I have, getting kicked out of my.
like I told you, we're getting conflicting things, obviously. So we'll be in touch. I guess then when I know more, I got to talk to some other people that saw stuff. Okay.
Good.
So all right, I'll be in touch with you. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, so I just got to write. So you went upstairs, then you came down because I'm assuming he was getting already kind of pissy when you told him. So you just came to get away from it. He follows you down, and then the screaming continues. Were you saying anything back to him?
I think I told him to get out of my face.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm wrong.
And then obviously still.
And everything came up about his dad.
Does he talk to his dad at all?
No.
Okay.
God has nothing to do with the kids. He doesn't talk to Mason. Or Travis, my oldest, for.
Okay. So does he blame you for that, or is that
He must blame me for it because.
okay? Because that came out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So then you guys were in here screaming. Yeah. Well, more him.
Grabbed my phone, thrown it.
Okay.
Told me he was good.
Did the phone end up breaking at all, or did you say it came apart? Was it just
just the case?
the case came off of it? Okay. So throws the phone, and then eventually you guys get to here because I'm telling you, you told me
I was here. And he said, I'm throwing myself down the steps and saying, you push me.
okay, and
And I
then
said, Mason, don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah. And then just
he threw himself
out.
on me.
Oh, did baby boy have to leave him dead? Oh no. Man, I love to see that shit. Like, that little fucker was legit trying to get his poor mom in trouble. And then he ends up getting escorted. I'm trying to find this certain video I was looking at earlier. It's pretty funny. This one seems fitting. Obsessed stalker. It pisses off a judge. That's fixing to happen pretty soon. Cough, cough. Hint, hint. Wait.
If they make someone mad in the smallest respect of having socks not in the damn drawer.
On or about September 19, 2024, an officer conducted a follow-up in regards to an assault on a family case. Upon further investigation, the officer made contact with the complaining witness, who reported that the defendant had been harassing her since September 18, 2024, by sending her video, voicemails, and text messages containing horrible remarks, approximately 50 to 60 messages in total. In the voicemails, the defendant curses at her, asking, "Where are you? Why the fuck aren't you at work?" and calling her various names. Additionally, the complainant showed the officer text messages of the defendant telling the complaining witness, "Kill yourself, and I want to watch you suffocate, and your family hates you." The complaining witness indicated that the continual harassment is making her fear him even more. The complaining witness was able to give officers the defendant's identifying information.
See, you say all that's just words, don't you? You people in the back, right? Just words? Then why is it a problem right there? Why is he about to get the book thrown at him for saying it? If there's nothing wrong with it, right? Telling people to off themselves, if it's not illegal, why is it being brought up in court? Did you know that if you cyberbully or bully someone into self-harm or into sewer slide and they succeed, that you can actually do prison time for that? Everyone involved can do prison time for that, even if it's unsuccessful. An attempt was made. You can still get in some serious trouble for that. Watch what the fuck you say to people, to other people. I feel like, and I've said this for years, I feel like people have lost sight of the fact that the people you are bullying and harassing to the ends of the earth are human beings. Like, I think the computer screens and phone screens have dehumanized other people to certain individuals. Like, they don't think of the people they treat so badly as human, even. I think that's tragic that some people have lost touch with reality to the point that they are perfectly fine bullying someone to that extent. It's gross. Right, Harry? Like, you don't have the right to infringe on someone else's privacy like that, to affect their life like that. And I hope that they really start cracking down on shit like that. I hope they start upping the charges, adding federal time to it. That's the only way I think people will get their moral compass back, because they certainly can't get it back of their own accord. So then they have to be forced to have morals. And that's not really having morals. The state of things, I think, is sad in today's society.
And positively identify the defendant as a person who has been harassing her.
I see that he has also picked up a felony assault against this complaining witness as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happened in that? And I'm assuming it's the same date as this one, so I'm assuming it's out of the same transaction.
I'm not sure. So it says that on, I don't believe so. It says that on September 18th in Harris County, officers were dispatched to an assault. The complaining witness advised that the defendant came home upset about socks not being in the closet. The defendant punched the complaining witness with a closed fist on her foot twice, or on her foot twice, on her right thigh, and twice on her left thigh, causing pain. The complaining witness advised that the defendant grabbed her by the arm and forcibly shoved her out of the house, throwing her on the porch. She advised that she felt pain, and she advised that this has been an ongoing issue for the past 2 years. The officers observed purple and green bruises on her arm, foot, and her legs. The bruises were green, purple, and red, and of significant size.
Is there a no contact order in this case? This is Mr. Fritter. He has an harassment. You know, Mr. Fritter, let me tell you something. That you scare me, and you scare me something good. You have since 14 assault, trespass, deadly conduct, assault, DWI, forgery, and now a harassment and a felony assault.
Judge, there has been a modified, but there's no protective order in this case.
Is there no contact in the felony case whatsoever?
I'm checking the conditions. It's no threatening or harassing at this time. Would ask if that be a no contact at this court, Judge.
I don't see what the roof has been. Are you Miss Lisco? That's Miss Lisco, right? There. Come up, ma'am. Come up. I'm sending you for a drug alcohol test right now, Mr. Fretter. I want to protect you as much as I can. No one has to have this kind of treatment whatsoever or for any reason. And I will do everything in my power to protect you. All I need you to do is tell me. All I need is please give me the word. Mr. Fritter, look at me. You so much. One. Can you imagine what life is like when someone has to walk on eggshells because they have the fear that if they make someone mad in the smallest respect of having socks not in the damn drawer, they're liable to get a beating. Can you imagine what life is like? So,
You know what hurts me here? I know this is a little sidebar, but you can tell by his reaction to what he did to her that he has experienced close to home somehow incidents of DV, of something similar happening to either him or someone he cared deeply about, because he is deeply, deeply triggered by this man and what he did to her. Like, he is like genuinely triggered right there. And my heart like breaks for him, because you can tell whatever it was really did like some damage, in my opinion. That's just an observation. But generally, when someone has such a staunch reaction, like such a strong reaction to something like that, it's because they have in some way experienced some form of trauma dealing with whatever it is that sets them off. In my experience, at least. that has been the case. Like when I have seen someone deeply triggered by an incident such as that, it's usually because they themselves have went through it, or someone they deeply loved they had to watch go through that, and it affected them so deeply and so profoundly that that shit right there will trigger the shit out of them every time. And like for whatever it was, whatever did that, whatever caused that trigger in this man right here, I am sorry. Like you can tell he is deeply upset by this. And it's just my observation that he has probably witnessed or gone through or seen someone he loved go through something similar to that for that to have triggered him that deep, in my opinion.
Live with that kind of fear. You're going to live it with me now. Because one false move, I'm going to make your bond so high your head will spontaneously combust. But no one, and I mean no one, should have to live with that kind of fear. I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. And I don't know if I'm going to allow you to have contact with Miss Listen. But if I find that you treat anyone or put anyone in fear or put anyone in harm's way, so help me, I will grow horn and tails because I will be so upset. And it will be on you. You understand?
Yes.
Abel, I'm going to keep Mr. Fredder so close to me that it's just ridiculous.
Yes.
I'm entering what's called a master's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies her as a protected individual. You're not to have any kind of communication whatsoever. You're not supposed to have it. You will.
I have one of those. I am actually considered a protected individual. So does that mean any crimes done to me is it pretty much viewed as pretty serious? Like they don't just hand those out for no reason, by the way. When they hand those out, there's a damn good reason. Like a documented reason. Perhaps even a consistently documented reason. But I don't guess that was considered, was it? They don't just grant those with no cause. I have one, and the other people in my household also have those. That's a pretty serious thing. That's no joke. That means that should he offend against a protected individual, it will be especially egregious. Like he will be punished to the fullest extent of the law should he fuck up. Ooh, that dude better hope he don't so much as look at her wrong after he signs that. Because once he signs that, if that dude so much as looks at her in an intimidating way, his ass is under the jail. Yeah, they don't play with that.
Not having threatening or harassing contact. What is threatening or harassing? Doesn't matter what you think is threatening or harassing. It's what she perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening or harassing?
Yeah, some people in the back need to hear that one. It's not what you think is threatening and harassing, it's what the victim believes is threatening and harassing. You in the back need to open up your ears, get the dick out of it, you know? I know you need a new computer, but come on. Like, get the penis out your ears and listen. I know that's hard for you with only one brain cell, but you know, and that bitch is struggling. I need to get a hold of this dude. Run some stuff by him. Or some documents by him anyway. Just to get it, you know, an opinion. It'd be useful, I think. But that's okay. I don't need his opinion. I've got the opinions of multiple people already on that particular thing. But what is wrong with society today that people believe that this kind of shit is okay? That poor woman, I swear to God, like, he deserves to go to jail. Legit deserves to go to jail. And I'm not like, I don't have one bit of sympathy for this dude. That judge is coming down on him just as hard as he needs to, because this shit has to stop. People cannot just go around treating people like that. That poor girl is scared to fucking drop a sock, for fuck's sake. And this dude's standing there all cocky and shit, like he don't give a damn that he's traumatized this poor girl. Like, I think there's an entire generation of fucking narcissistic sociopaths, in my opinion. Like, I don't know where what went wrong, but something clearly did.
Certain is. And it's enough for me to put you in jail and make your bond $150,000, maybe 50, maybe 20. But I will do, Mr. Fritter, I will do everything in my power to protect every single person in this county. And I don't care if you're kicking, screaming, crying because you go to jail and don't have anyone to bond you out.
Your husband and wife for 10 years. This is kind of difficult situation.
I want to protect you, man. And you know, the problem is that now that he's picked up these two cases, times will be just even more stressful. We have these protective orders. They're basically like cooling off motions so that, you know, you can separate, enough time will pass. People can kind of cool down, you know, so they're not under the stress of the excitement. And then,
As it should be, Harry. He should never say another word to her. If he cannot treat her with the dignity and respect owed to her as a human being, then he doesn't need to speak to her. He doesn't need to speak to anyone if he can't treat other people any better than that. I don't believe people like him should have the luxury of friends or spouses until he gets his shit together and can learn how not to be toxic and abusive. He doesn't need a partner. I don't think you should have a partner if you are incapable of treating them with dignity and respect. I don't believe you should have a partner if all you're going to do is traumatize them, create irreversible trauma in their life, and be nothing but toxic and abusive to them. I don't think you should have one. I think that if you are found to be that type of person, I think you need to be institutionalized until you can fix it. And if you can't, I think you should stay away from society. I think you should be outcast. That may be a little extreme, but we would have a lot less traumatized individuals if people were held accountable for the shit they do to people.
Unleash on you. The last thing I want is for you to suffer any kind of harm whatsoever, and I, that's all, all I'm asking is how things should be normal. Like, I'm not asking you to bring the Pythagorean theorem here. So, I don't know. What I'd like is, if you please just talk to our VAs here. But I'd like you to have their phone number at the minimum, so that should anything ever whatsoever, all you have to do is let us know, and then I'm here for you, and I want to make sure that you're okay. I've given him a lawyer.
I like this guy. I've watched a great deal of his videos, and I like him. I like the way he handles himself. And he's a good dude. And I think he's firm, but he's fair. I think he's even a bit lenient with people with just cause. Like, he's not unjust or overbearing or cruel. I think this guy understands the meaning of justice. And we need more judges with half of his passion, with half his heart. Like, we need that today in America.
Stop. Like, oh, you don't gotta tell me how to do my job. Just like, oh, you got my heart.
Relax.
Relax.
Now, you are Mr. Thurman, correct?
Sir.
Okay, Mr. Thurman, I've never met you before. I don't know you. All I know is that you have picked up a case from out of state. And give me a second, and I will let you. But, here, So, we're not disputing the underlying charge. We're not fighting it. None of that matters. What we really here are all about is identity, right? Are you this person? If so, how do we get you back to the jurisdiction that you're wanted from? So here it says that you are wanted from Michigan, Washtenaw, Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah, Washtenaw.
Oh my goodness. Does this judge happen to live in Texas? You know who else lives in Texas? So I could, yeah, that might be workable. Noted. Okay. I'm gonna find another video. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me, by the way. I hope you all have had a really good day. Oh, look, giant man babies go berserk on cops. This should be funny. I've missed y'all, and I know I can't come on here as much, and I'm sorry, but like I said, you know. Right? I'm sorry. But this should be this should be entertaining. It says giant man babies who go berserk on cops and it backfires.
No, time out. Time out. Excuse me. What's up, man? Yeah. Someone just checking out.
Entitled man children always avoid taking responsibility for their actions and sometimes go berserk on cops or just trying to teach some sense into them. But what happens when their frenzied actions backfire on them?
All right, throw my glass. Like that? Yeah. I'm going to be a multi. Why are you touching me? Where's the real man? Where's the real man pass this test?
Here are several cases when entitled man children go berserk on cops and it backfires. Starting with the first yet least interesting case of Rasan, who turned a traffic stop into a yelling contest.
What do you want? It's a traffic stop. You're not going to write me. You're not going to write me. No, turn my phone off.
On January the 8th, 2024, an officer performed a traffic stop on a vehicle for driving without front and rear license plates, illegal headlights, and illegal window tints. However, when the officer approached the driver, Rasan, he didn't know he was about to face a child in the body of a man.
That's a traffic stop. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm waiting. Tints are illegal. Okay. Hey, it don't matter. Turn out the way. Turn out the way. Turn off your car. Stay right there. Turn off your car. I'm not going to. What do you want? It's a traffic stop. Turn off your car.
I don't know if he needs to turn that car off or not. That bitch might not crank back up. I'm not fixing to do this. I'm not fixing to do that. I bet you will. If your car overheating, then turning it off would be a good thing, would it not? Like, wouldn't you want to turn your car off if it's overheating, dumbass? Why is it overheating? Got anything to do with what you were lawfully ordered to do? You big ass man, baby. You're driving around with no tag, no registration. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen, genius? And then you mad at the cop like he's the one that broke the law. No, you broke the law. And now you acting all fucking entitled and shit and like so offended that he should pull you over when you were clearly breaking the law. Had you not been breaking the law, he wouldn't have pulled you over. See how that works?
I see that. Get driver's license insurance, please. Yeah, what was you? What do you want, bro?
a traffic stop. I'm pulling you over for your
I don't
test.
know. But I'm on 95th and I'm on 87th and what is this?
Can I have your driver's license, please?
I'm on 87th and Cicero.
Your driver's license, please.
My motherfucking cop over me.
Okay, can I have your driver's license, please?
Here, what's that you? Don't stop. Don't open my motherfucking
Take
door.
your hand out of your pocket. Give me
Here.
Door stays open.
Yeah, hurry up. I'm on 97. What is this? Hurry up, do what you finna do.
Central 311. Can I get another unit, please? I got a file for it.
Yeah, these motherfuckers always come on me. Always.
No, these motherfuckers are not always fucking with you. You are always into shit. You know, cops don't just willy-nilly just decide, I'm gonna fuck with this particular motherfucker today repeatedly because they ain't gonna want to risk their job for a harassment charge. You driving around with no tags, no registration, no nothing, illegal headlights, and illegal window tint. And you're fucking acting indignant that he pulled you over for breaking at least 5 separate laws. Maybe get your shit fixed, get a tag and registration for your vehicle, which is requirement by law for you to have before putting that vehicle on the fucking public highways. Everybody else got to do it. You ain't special. So stop breaking the law and you will stop getting pulled over. Did you ever think of it that way, maybe?
Do you have insurance?
Yeah, I got insurance.
Can I see it, please?
Yeah, they stay on me.
No, you stay fucking up. Therefore, they stay having to fuck with you. I can guarantee you are not a delight to fuck with. Like, I guarantee you, this guy would rather shove a porcupine up his ass than have to deal with you. But here you are, breaking the law and forcing this poor man to deal with your insufferable ass. Like, I could not be a police officer. I couldn't. Yeah, we have to get inspection stickers here, Harry. It's a pain in the ass. Like, you have to take it in for inspection. You have to do all that ridiculousness. But, you know, it's easy not to break the law and do what you're supposed to do as a law-abiding citizen and as an adult. This motherfucker acting like he's brand new to being an adult and don't know he gotta have a tag and registration for his fucking vehicle like everybody else. He think he above the law and that only he can do whatever the fuck he wants and he ain't gotta follow the law. And then he wonders why he keeps having these interactions with police. Gee, I don't know. Maybe it could be your attitude. Could be you breaking the law on a consistent basis. How long you been driving around with no registration and no insurance and no fucking tag? How many times you got away with it? And you bitching about the one time you get pulled over? No. If you've been pulled over repeatedly for the same shit and you still ain't fixed it, this is your fault, dude.
I don't know. They follow me for I was on 87 cents. This motherfucker ain't go past where he's supposed to go past.
Do you have insurance, sir?
Yeah, I got insurance. I told you I had insurance.
Can I see it? I'm asking you to see it.
Yeah, I'm saying that for you right now.
Okay. Well, if you answer me, I don't have to keep asking.
Okay, and no more. They go right there. There, don't grab my phone. Look at it.
I can't see it.
Okay, it don't matter. Look at it. You can see it right here. Look at it. I'll just write your ticket. No, you're not gonna write me. Here, look at it. Inside the car. Look at it. You're not gonna write me. You're not gonna write me. This isn't this car. Yes, it is. I got SI 22. Yeah, but that's not. It don't matter. I got SI 22. All right, right. Okay. Keep the car off. Keep the car off.
Dude, shut up. Yeah, you gotta make sure your vehicle is roadworthy so it can be destroyed. Yeah, it's kind of like a coffee cup with a handle on the inside of the mug, right? This dude hanging out his window screaming at the cops like that's gonna make his day better. Does he realize that police officer can have his vehicle towed and can take his ass to jail just for what he stopped him for alone? Not including like being combative, refusing to submit, refusing to follow a lawful order, resisting, disorderly conduct. Like, there are so many things this cop could be taking him to jail for right now, like as is. And he's steady screaming out his window like an idiot.
Don't move the car. That's a lawful order, by the way. Don't move the car. It'll be on the ticket. It will be. Nice and big for you.
The son was so entitled that he began to throw shade at the officer, who used to try and take accountability for his violations. But he wasn't done yet. He soon escalated the situation for himself.
Stay in the car, man. Stay in the car.
Oh, me either, Easy Street. I don't believe you should harass our police officers. Like, they deal with this kind of shit all the time. I don't think they make enough. Right? He probably would have let him go, Harry. That's just the thing. They don't want issues. They just want you to follow the law, go about your business. They would love a quiet day, I assure you. I've had police as family, and I do presently have police as family. And I can tell you, they would much rather have a quiet day where everybody does what they're supposed to do than to have to deal with this kind of individual. I don't think they make enough financially for what they are forced to deal with every day. Like, I think they need a raise. Honestly, I do, because they put their lives in danger every time they put on that uniform. I don't think they get the appreciation they deserve. I don't think they get the pay they deserve. I don't think they get the respect they deserve. I don't think they get the compassion and understanding they deserve. Sure, there are some bad police officers, but for the most part, in my experience, they're good people who want to help people. Most of the police officers that I know personally got into that field because they wanted to help people. They wanted to save people. And bad people ruin that for them. Like, there are a few bad apples, but that's also, you think every military personnel are a good person? Not all the people in the military are good people. I've met some veterans who were complete shitbags. It's like, I can't stand when somebody says they're a good person, they're a veteran. Okay, being a veteran doesn't make you a good person at all. There are horrible people in the military. You can be a horrible person and still be a soldier. You can be a horrible person and still be a police officer. You can be a horrible person and still be a nurse. Some of the most crooked, nasty, conniving bitches that I have ever met in my life have been nurses or have pretended to be nurses for several years while scamming money off their audiences and lying to their face. Getting 8 of their friends to pay for the same birthday party without telling any one of those 8 friends that somebody else sent money to. It's, yeah. Your job description doesn't say what kind of person you are. You can be an absolute piece of shit and have a good job. Your job doesn't make you a good person. Your actions and your words and the way you treat other people is what defines you as a good or bad person. If you go around in your free time bullying other people and harassing them and harassing their families and lying and slandering them, and you go to work, I don't know, let's say a nurse or a pretend nurse, you're still a piece of shit, no matter what your job title happens to be.
What are you doing? Writing you tickets. You're staying in the car. Sure. I'll explain to you when I get in the car. Get my license. Get in the car. You're about to be arrested. I'm about to be arrested for what? Obstructing. I'm going to charge you for what? You're disobeying a lawful order. Stay in the car. I'm not disobeying. Did I just give you a lawful order? Give me a lawful. Stay in the car. Hold on. Hold on. Sure. What can I do for you? You're prolonging the traffic stop because while I'm out here talking with you, I can't write the ticket. Hold me the fuck up and write my ticket so I can go. Oh, stay in the car. Go eat. Let me the fuck. Oh, hurry up. Stay in the car. Fuck that. Go on now. Hurry the fuck up. He's a little upset. Yeah, it's all right. So, I already told him don't move his car. He moved his car, he's being arrested. He was trying to tell them to move and back his car up. I told him once he gets out of his car again, he's being arrested because I've already given him a law order to stay inside the car. He's getting more angry because I'm not. So, he probably would have taken off on me if his car wasn't overheating. All of his windows tinted? Oh, very much so. He's got no plates on the car either. He's got no plates on the car. Not really. Did you get a bid? I haven't had a chance. If you guys want to go up there and grab one for me, I'd appreciate it. Hey, sir, do you have any registration for the vehicle? So, what? Do you have any registration for the vehicle? I just bought it the other day. You already know that. Okay, can you unblock your VIN? Okay, you can see that. You see that dead ass car right there? And I unblock the dead ass road? You can move it. I can't move it. Okay, can you open your door so I can see the van on the door? Okay, that's all I can see is my van. Is it on this side or no? It's right there. Right there. Oh yeah, perfect. 7312. We might have to get that again, so the dispatcher doesn't always hear everything.
Okay.
What state did you purchase it from?
Indiana.
Indiana? Okay. Let me make sure that they get it. We'll come back. I'll see you in a minute.
He was on the phone with somebody, telling him where he was at.
Okay.
Someone else might be showing up. I don't know.
Rochester, Brown, Aurora.
Typically send that to you. What is that?
A tan Aurora? No, you know.
The officer had specifically instructed Rasan to remain in his car and not move it. But being the man child that he was, Rasan decided to go against that instruction, oblivious of the unexpected result.
Hey, 20. Sir, stop the vehicle! Sir, stop the vehicle! Step out! Step out of the vehicle, sir! Hang on, you're under arrest! Step out of the vehicle, sir! Step out of the vehicle, put your hands on top of your head!
I'm just going right here.
No, I told you not to move the car, and I told you not to get out of there. And you did all of those things.
What are you talking about, bro?
You think you can just move your car when you're being stopped by the police when they are currently investigating you, and you just move the car after being told repeatedly to stay where you are, and you think moving the vehicle is okay? Bitch, you deserve to go to jail. You literally asked for it. Like, this is satisfying AF. Especially since I know quite a few individuals who think they're above the law and think breaking it is funny. You know, I love it when I see justice served to entitled ass pieces of shit. It makes my fucking day.
Everything I just told you multiple times.
I'm not going nowhere.
Hey, one of my trolls knows exactly what that handcuff sounds like, don't you, precious? Are you getting flashbacks to when you were arrested, honey? Does this look familiar to you? The whole police officers taking you to jail part? Does that look familiar to you? It should, because you've been arrested more than once.
No, turn my phone.
You know, once you are 15 years, I guess. All right. Thank you. Come on, let's go this way. I'm not sure why you want to escalate the situation.
I may FOIA that just because. I love arrest videos. It's a hobby. What can I say? And if I happen to find one, you know, coincidentally, you know, yeah, I do play them regularly. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not escalating nothing. Sure, you're the only one. Tell me what I'm doing. You're the only one out here screaming, sir. The key still in the car, sir? Turn your hood. Yeah.
So what are you doing? Don't do that. What are you doing?
You're under arrest, so we're telling you. Disobeying the law of Florida. I think I told you you're going to be arrested. So if you move the car, you stepped out of the car.
I just put the car.
Which I told you not to do.
Let me talk to you.
Well, you can talk to you. You can talk.
Okay, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. 345. Let me talk to you.
Absolutely. What's up?
Okay. Stop. Move.
No. He's going. Yeah, I'm not going to close the door.
Let me talk.
Sure, come here. I'm right here. Okay, come here. I'm right here, man. Come here. Stop. Come here. Just come here. I'm right here. Just come here. I'm right here. No, you and I can talk. My body cam is right here. I have to go get my kids from school. Can you please just write my ticket so I can go home, please? We are well past that. We're not past that. Oh yeah, we are. You've done nothing but screaming at me this entire time. Okay, all right, stop. I gave you multiple commands. Now, I do things that you kept doing. Yes, I warned you multiple times, man. Stop. 345. Can you please? Are you a sergeant? I am not. You are not. Can you please just write my ticket so I can go, please? Yeah, I'll write at the station. No, stop.
Eventually, Rasan was taken to jail. He was charged with obstructing an officer. He was also given citations for driving without insurance, no valid registration, no front rear license plates, illegal tints, and illegal headlights. If you thought Rasan's case was crazy and you haven't seen the case of Carl, he became aggressive towards cops who were just performing a welfare check. Hey, what?
What's this? A person with the name of Carl being belligerent and, combative? No. It must be a Carl thing to do. Break the law and act like a insane adult child. A giant man baby. I mean, she might be a man baby. I don't know. But, must be the name Carl. I see a lot of Carls out here fucking up.
Hey, you don't want to grab me. Don't be walking up on me like that. You're done.
On the 22nd of October 2023, officers received a report about a man named Carl who had fallen asleep behind the wheel of his car in Illinois. In response to the call, officers were dispatched to Carl's location. However, what started as a simple welfare check soon took a scary turn.
Hey, sir. Do you want to get a rescue out here?
At least this Carl wasn't dumpster diving at McDonald's looking for those little pull tabs from the Monopoly game so they could score a free meal. At least he wasn't doing that.
Hey, sir. It's the police. Yeah, he's breathing. Hey, sir. Hey, sir. Sir. How's it going, man? How's it going? What you doing out here? You doing good, man? What you doing out here, man? You good? Feel me shaking you a little bit? Yeah, let's get rescued. Hey, man. I need you to start responding to me so I know you're all good. You doing good, man? Hey, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. What's up? Hey, Parks.
Excuse me.
What's up, man? How's it going? Hey.
What?
Hey. Grab me. Hey, what are you doing? Grab me, folks. Don't be walking up on me like that.
I wasn't only
Walking up on me.
Do it, man. We got calls.
Yeah.
Just check, make sure you're okay.
Yeah. Someone just checking on you. Oh, you just hit me. There it is. You just hit me. You're done. You just pushed me in the face, man.
Stop pushing me in the face.
Dude, that cop was just checking on you and you fucking cold clocked him. Yeah, your ass is going to jail. You can't charge a police officer like that, and you can't just haul off and punch him in the face either, dumbass.
We're going down the ground, right? Hey, okay, roll over, man. Roll over.
That's okay. The other person by the name of Carl that I know is also a dumbass. Severely intellectually challenged.
I ain't do nothing. Roll over. I ain't do nothing. Roll over. Hey, bro, what you doing, bro? Hey, roll over, man. Hey, man, come on. Come on, man.
Carl's sudden aggressiveness came as a shock to the officers, who were trying to keep him in check. However, Carl wasn't done yet. He still wanted to show how much of a kid he was.
Hey, I got an attorney. Okay. All y'all guys is moving. So, attorney, hey. Y'all move. Hey. What you doing, bro? What I do? What I do, man? You're passing the wheel. You popped up. Hey, what I do, bro? Sir, walking up on me, then you hit me in the face. You said what? Okay. Here's the arm. Put your other arm behind your back. Now, put your other arm behind your back. Put your arm behind your back. Now. Got it. Punch the parts. PD. Push it in. Don't worry, man. Okay, we'll figure it out. This freaking wrist. Because you walked up on us. You punched me in the face. I punched you. Yes, sir. I punched you in the face. Is it? Yes, sir. Y'all gonna get sued for my days. Okay. Y'all gonna get sued like crazy.
I don't see how you'd be able to drive without license. Like, I don't feel like that's a good idea at all. Like, because half these motherfuckers on the road as it is don't know how to drive. Imagine what it would be like if a driver's license was no longer required. This is a big dude. Like, he just straight jumped out the car and chose violence. Like, he straight punched that cop, and he didn't think he was going to go to jail for assaulting a police officer. I mean, really?
No.
And thank you, Anonymous, for the $45. I don't know why you sent me that much. I haven't even posted my Cash Apps or anything. Thank you. I don't know what I've done to earn that. Thank you. Like, did you mean to do that? Like, but I mean, if you did, thanks. I appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. I think. Um, hmm. I guess I'll post it because I hadn't thought to do that until that came through. That kind of took me off guard. really needed, I guess, you know. I mean, extra is always great, but, you know, yeah, I don't know, Harry. It may be a state thing for Florida, but I don't know about that being a U.S. wide law thing. I don't know that that's going to be a thing. Thank you for Anonymous for the $45. If anyone else needs my payment information, I pinned that at the top of the chat. If you want to use it, great. If not, equally great. You're not obligated, but you are appreciated. And again, thank you. That caught me off guard. I don't think I've posted that for the last 2 weeks, actually. Right. Well, at that one place, I know that in order for you to buy smokes or anything, because it is a 21 or up store, that they have to card everybody because they have to scan the driver's license in order to complete the sale. It's a statewide thing. Like, you cannot get around it. Like, I can see where you'd have to have an ID because you have to have something stating you are of a certain age. But I don't know if they're going to do away with driver's license. I don't know that I see them doing that.
I got my arm. Y'all got my arm. Y'all got my arm, right?
What's up, sir?
Y'all got my arm, right?
I don't know what that means.
Come on, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Oh, I got numbers.
No, the pins on my. Come on, buddy. Y'all gonna get schooled like a motherfucker. Y'all gonna get fired. All y'all dumbass. Hey, boy.
Except for 6 minutes, one custody. I got double lock it.
Y'all leaving? Y'all leaving? Y'all leaving? Y'all leaving?
No, we're not leaving on you, man. We're making the other handcuffs are double locked, right, man?
Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. Yeah. Give me up. No, no matter about that. No. You go. You go.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Hold on. I got it.
Ain't no.
It's under him. 30.
You gonna get sued. Ain't really. Look at everything
Here. Do you have anything on you, sir? I never heard of.
Record this.
It's all
Record
recorded.
this.
That's all.
Record this. Record this. Record this. Record this. Record this. Come on, mama.
I submit out. We just came here to check on you.
I'm trying to do it, bro.
The officers thought putting Carly in handcuffs would do the job of keeping the man in check, but their expectations did not come into reality.
You so dumb and fine. You know.
All right, roll over me.
I'm glad that you are dumb for you. And you gotta get bald head, stupid motherfucker. You are dumb.
All right, man. We're gonna get you up now, okay?
Release it.
Straight your legs. Yep. You're gonna stay your side.
What I am? What I am?
Straight your legs.
What I am? What I am? You want to see? What I am?
Bend your legs. Come on.
What I am? What I am?
Okay. What the hell? What the hell? I don't know what that means, man. What the hell? What are you doing? We're gonna. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not doing nothing. We're gonna put it back. Yeah. All right, going back. I ain't did shit, bro. Y'all finna shot that man fool. Plenty of money. Come on. Come on, y'all stupid. Man, I ain't doing nothing nowadays. Stop. Church people, all that. Yo. That damn career is over with. Nigga. I'm on my head. What's your name? What's your name? Okay, what's your name? Officer Kosmeski, don't sit in the car for me, man. I'm 100%. I know. Sit in the car. Job is over with, stupid. Sit in the car. Your job is over with. Sit in the car. Sit in the car. Your job is over with. You dumb. Sit in the car.
If a cop had a dime for every time a criminal, which is what you are now, threatened to take their job, they'd have a lot of money every day. You think that's the first time he had somebody he arrested say he was going to have his job? Every one of you egotistical, self-centered motherfuckers always tell that poor police officer, you going to have their job. You going to have their job. You ain't going to have shit but extra charges and some time in a jail cell. You ain't getting nobody fired. You broke the law. You'll be lucky if you don't do some serious time. It depends on how much mercy that police officer has on you, because you straight up charged at him in a threatening manner and you struck him in the face with your closed fist for no reason. He was checking on you to make sure you were still alive and probably was prepared to do some life-saving maneuvers if you were non-responsive. And you hit him for making sure that your life was not in danger. You hit him for trying to make sure you were still alive, trying to save your life if you were non-responsive. And you struck him like the entitled piece of shit that you are. I feel you, Easy. Have a good night, man.
Resisting. You doing that for? Your job still. No, man. Your job still doing. You know. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Your job is done.
Well, your life is done because you just caught assaulting a police officer charge, sir. And how about you not use the N-word? That's a bad word. Especially if you don't want other people using it. Why you gotta call other people that word if you don't want to be called that yourself? That word is disgusting and shouldn't be used. I don't care who you are or what ethnic background you come from. That is not a good word to call someone, because it have negative connotations for it. Like you don't. Why use that dirty word? It's demeaning, it's derogatory, and it's crude, and it's like racially charged and hateful.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, asleep. Yeah, he was dead asleep. I was shaking him. No, yeah, he was unconscious the whole time. Yeah, his breath reeks of alcohol. He's intoxicated? Yeah. You didn't check out at all?
It became obvious that Carl was highly intoxicated, which was the reason for his aggressive demeanor. Unfortunately for Carl, his fierce demeanor towards the cops had signed him up for jail, and there was no escape from that.
Go down for it. Sounds like he wants to be RTR.
Okay.
With all the observations you told me, I think that's funny.
Yeah, I was going to say alcohol, staggering. Passed out of the wheel. Literally, I think it was like 5.
Yeah, just, what is he smoking me? You're not hurt, all right?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Not going to look for it because he's uncooperative.
Yep,
We're not going to go wrong. We're out to piss off the nurses down there.
Yep, so we'll go to
the police department. There's plenty of officers there.
Okay.
Bring him in. You can ask if he wants to be stayed. I feel somebody. You can tell your officers if you want.
Okay.
If he wants to refuse.
All right. Well, we're going to go to the Normal Police Department first, man.
Take me to jail. So what am I going to do?
So right now, we are going to the Normal Police Department, man. So when we get...
For what?
Can I explain to you? So, yeah. So we had to do our DUI process.
You said what?
DUI, driving under the influence. So when we get down there, man, if you want, you can perform some field sobriety tests. Just to clear all that stuff up on that end. You'll have the chance to perform them if you want. Like I said,
You know the man. The whole that get me on the job, you can get fired. I'm gonna put you in a whole I'm gonna put you in a whole case.
so when we get down there, man, like I said, I got to bring it down there, do some processing, all right?
You can get fired and lose the whole career. Lose the whole career.
69123 and 2.3. All right, man.
Did you know, dumbass, that he can now charge you an additional charge? Several, in fact. Intimidating a police officer, blackmailing a police officer, threatening harm on a police officer, threatening a police officer, witness intimidation, witness tampering. Like, there's a shit ton of felonies you could be racking up the more you run your fucking mouth. Learn the fine art of shutting the fuck up. A lot of you need to learn the fine art of shutting the fuck up. Especially when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're just talking out of your ass. And as loose as some of you are with your ass, that's not surprising. You are not discriminative on where you share your ass, I can assure you.
And so we're going to get you out, all right? Yep. Hopefully not. Pardon, man. What?
I said, oh, you gonna grab me?
Nope, I don't want to have to grab you, man. Like I said, we're just going to walk in there.
It don't matter. All y'all been already. It don't matter.
Like I said, man, if you're cool with us, we want to be cool with you.
No matter you shaking so.
And then your choice, that shit. That's your choice. Alrighty. So I'm gonna get you out of the seat, alright?
No, cool.
Alright. Alright. I'm gonna have you hop out, man, right? And then we're gonna go inside those doors there, right?
No, I want you to grab me.
I don't want to grab you, man.
I don't want to hop out. I want to hurt myself. I want you to grab me and like get me out.
I don't want to hurt you, man.
Okay, if you hurt me, it's on you. I'm gonna hop out though. I'm gonna hop it out.
Alright, so we'll grab your legs first, right, then, man?
Whatever you want to do.
Alright. So, yeah, alright. We're gonna go do this first.
Okay, so you want to go grab so hard.
Yeah, we're not trying to, man. You're making it more difficult than it has to be.
Y'all from job now.
Alright, let's go, man. Watch the step, right?
However, despite the fact that he was already in jail, Carl did not stop being uncooperative the cops.
Yeah, cooking floor. Don't bother me. Pretty sure that's it. You should move all it, but yo, you late. Late. We're gonna go in here next. We're gonna put him right on the bench. Sit down for me. Are you willing to perform the Sanderfield sobriety test?
Everything.
You want to perform it?
No. I'm not performing. I'm not performing.
You don't want to perform the SFSTs?
I'm not performing anything. Y'all all gonna get fired.
Like I said, man, totally your choice, all right? I offered to everyone. All right?
Y'all all gonna get fired. I'm going to surprise you.
All right.
Look, hurry, hurry.
Like I said, this is a process, man. We got to wait a little bit. I got to fill out all this paperwork. All right?
Y'all think the big lawsuit, I'm gonna get like years. No. Oh, he's what y'all.
Why is it every entitled, fucking self-absorbed, fucking snowflake out there thinks they can file a lawsuit for people holding them accountable? Oh, did him get in trouble for actually breaking the law like you were supposed to when you break the law? Oh no. You poor little thing. You mean you go to jail for assaulting police officers and resisting arrest? You don't say. Oh, poor pitiful. Bitch. Shut up. You literally swung on a cop and you don't think you deserve to go to jail. That's some entitlement right there.
It was unconstitutional.
As of right now, I'm offering you the opportunity to provide a breath sample, kind of clear all this stuff up. Is that something you'd be willing to do?
No.
You don't want to provide breath sample?
I don't know that.
Just like I said, man, it's
Y'all
clear.
arrested me unjustified.
Okay. So I'm going to give you one more shot, man, because I give it to everyone. You're going to refuse to provide breath sample.
Yes, y'all arrested me unjustified.
Okay.
Eventually, Carl was charged with aggravated assault, aggravated battery, DUI, and
Woo, aggravated battery against a police officer. That's a felony, my dude. Both of those actually are felonies. Maybe you should have shut the fuck up. It don't look like anybody lost their job either, homie. Look like you're gonna sit your ass in jail, what it look like. Good. You needed it. With your entitled ass. No. You think you're gonna lawsuit. Bullshit. Felony is what you got. Ain't nobody lost their job. Karen.
Obstructing an officer. Next, we go to the dramatic case of this man who violated traffic laws and thought he could escape arrest by being childish.
You're acting like a child. I want your driver's license and your insurance. Yeah, so you can take my money. Take my money.
On the 1st of July 2022, officers on patrol observed the driver of the vehicle not wearing his seatbelt. Immediately, the officers initiated a traffic stop. However, as soon as the man was pulled over, he hurriedly put the seatbelt on, hoping the cops did not see him do that. The officers let him know that hasty decision to put on the seatbelt would not save him from getting a ticket. However, the driver didn't take this lightly and instead escalated the situation.
Oh, he's here. See that? Okay, great. So you got points at me? 5. Here's how started. Southbound G on ramp. In the BRTs, where the receipt the sheriff's office said your seatbelt isn't on, and we're actually out. You put it on, and we're going behind you. I watched you. That's not true. You look on it. Lean forward, sir. When you took the turn, I watched you put it on. We're not going to argue about our $10 $10 seatbelt ticket. Okay, driver's license and insurance. Okay? Driver's license and insurance, sir. You're going to make this more difficult than it has to be. Your driver's license and insurance, sir. You see this? Sir, you want to be more open to me without wearing a seatbelt. That's not true. I have this on. Driver's license and insurance, sir. Are you playing? No, you're not going to. Okay? I'm an American. I have a seatbelt. Let's bring it up. Okay, you were not wearing a seatbelt. We drove past you. We saw you putting it on while we were behind you. You can argue this all day long and make this even worse for yourself. Otherwise, just give us your ID and the insurance, sir. What do you want them to? Driver's license and insurance, sir. You're making a big driver's license and insurance, sir. You're making a bigger deal out of this than it has to be. For my seatbelt? Yes. Yep. Why have my seatbelt? You have a traffic violation. Yeah. Your seatbelt was not on, so you can have your driver's license and insurance.
Like they've never had somebody hurriedly put their seatbelt on as they're being pulled over. Like that's not a trick people use all the time. Come on, Karen. You know good and goddamn well you didn't have your seatbelt on. You know what, man, Karen? I'm going to explain this to you since you seem a little dense. Dumbass. You know what told me you knew you weren't wearing a seatbelt? Because before they even approached your vehicle, before they were even like facing you, when they were walking up, you had already grabbed your seatbelt and held it up. Before they ever even mentioned a seatbelt, you showed them you were wearing a seatbelt, which told them you knew what you had done. The best thing you could have done was leave the seatbelt alone and act like you didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. But no, you had to tell on yourself. Because they approached your vehicle, and before the word seatbelt even was mentioned, or they even told you anything about the stop, you held your seatbelt out at them, basically saying, yes, officer, I know I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. So here, let me show you my seatbelt that is now fastened where it was before unfastened. And I know I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so I'm going to show you my seatbelt and acknowledge that I already know why you pulled me over. You told on yourself, genius. When in doubt, it's always the best option to just shut your face and say nothing except for what is absolutely necessary. Because they don't want to hear your shit either, dude. They got to deal with people like you all day long, man. But you told on yourself, you're like, hey, let me flash a light on this. I was not wearing my seatbelt, and I acknowledge that I was not wearing my seatbelt. Let me show you further evidence that I was, in fact, not wearing my seatbelt, because I'm going to acknowledge that I wasn't initially wearing my seatbelt by holding out my seatbelt at you before you ever mentioned why you pulled me over. Good job, Bucky. Good job, Buckaroo. You really fucked the pooch on that one, didn't you? Some people, I swear to God.
I have my seatbelt on. Sir, right? Because I watched you put them on, sir. Now please put it on, or I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle. And when I do so, that's a lawful order. And if I have to, I can forcibly remove you from the vehicle, sir. All right? I broke my glasses like that? Yeah. Well, that's your problem.
You broke $150 sunglasses over a $10 seatbelt ticket. A seatbelt ticket is $10, dude. It ain't worth all of this melodrama. It's $10. And if you can afford $150 sunglasses, You can afford $10 for a seatbelt. Why did you just break $150 sunglasses? So you broke expensive sunglasses because you were pulled over for not having your seatbelt on. So you're going to break your glasses and throw a whole ass toddler tantrum. Question, who's the wife in this relationship? Because I'm fairly certain your old lady over there has more balls than you do. Because she ain't over there throwing a toddler tantrum. She's sitting over there acting like a grown-ass adult. Like, I feel bad for her. Having to live with your fucking petulant teenager ass. Like, I couldn't deal with somebody like that. I could not.
You're like a child right now. You're like a child. I want your driver's license and your insurance. Everything I have. Here's my money. You're acting like a child, sir. My car. Everything. Your driver's license, sir. Hand it to me. Take my money. Your driver's license, sir. You're just destroying all my stuff. Used to be something I'm doing. The money.
Oh, look, it's Andrew Ditch. Only married. In a minivan and driving. Basically, that's who he's acting like. He's acting like a fucking Andrew Ditch. Getting pulled over. This would be Andy Ditch if he got pulled over.
That's great. Driver's license, sir. Are you intoxicated, sir? What kind of drugs are you on, sir? What kind of drugs are you on, sir? Your driver's license.
Please tell me there aren't children in that car with him acting like that. Because he just said, I just spent $500 on my family. Okay, but you still were not wearing your seatbelt, and you're still being pulled over for not wearing your seatbelt that you acknowledged not wearing. Ripping up all the money in your wallet and throwing the shit inside your wallet all over your minivan there is not going to help you get out of a seatbelt ticket. You are escalating this, and you are behaving like a fucking petulant toddler right now over a $10 ticket. Grow the hell up. And please, for the love of God, I hope there are not children in that car with you acting like this. Because you are throwing a whole ass tantrum. Like, some people clearly were not disciplined growing up, and it's very clear they were not.
I'm not going in your vehicle, sir. Can I have your driver's license, please? All this up too. Got that down. Here, take this. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, so you can take my money. Take my money. Remain in the vehicle, sir. I'll be back. Take my money. Okay. Look, I have my seat. Take my money.
The man turned absolutely berserk and began to act like a toddler, hoping to get some sympathy from the officers. But the more childish he acted, the less sympathy he got.
You can't ever enjoy life anymore around here. You give me a ticket, you pull up on me. That's exactly what's happening. Yeah, I have $35 for my I look at something. I'm right now. Give him that. This dude's freaking around. We're behind him. Like literally freaking out. He's tearing up money and he's freaking out. So here's what I'm up there with him. I run him out real quick. Can you shoot him a citation? Like freaking out. Seriously. It's right here. I can see it. I can taste it. You realize how you're acting right now? Irrational. It's upsetting to me. Upsetting to you that you drove past me and I see it? Okay. He's tearing up cash from his car in front of the place. I have my seatbelt on. You're giving me a ticket for my seatbelt key now. I have a seatbelt. My seatbelt's on. You give me a ticket. Take my gun in. Give me a ticket for my damn seatbelt. You do not have a seatbelt on. My seatbelt is on. When you pull it to a stop, my seatbelt is on. It's not on. It was on when we pulled. Look, it's been on.
This is the type of person. Matter of fact, I'm dealing with a couple of people exactly like him. You can show him irrefutable proof that he did the thing you accused him of, and he will still look you in the face and tell you he didn't do it. Like, I know a couple of the people I'm dealing with where they have been shown in their face that what they're saying isn't true, and what I have said they did in fact do, and they refuse to take accountability for it. This is exactly how they behave when they get held accountable for their actions. Several people come to mind, as a matter of fact. They throw whole ass fucking toddler tantrums. It's hilarious, really, to see grown ass people behaving like petulant toddlers. Insufferable, matter of fact, at times. But I do get a good giggle pretty frequently. These kinds of people run rampant. I'm telling you, they are populating the earth. I can tell you that.
That's not true. Oh my god. That's not true. My seatbelt's on. My seatbelt is on.
What's worse is these people will do what you accuse them of right in front of their whole ass audience. And then you call them out on it, and they will gaslight their whole ass audience and tell them they didn't do the thing that I'm saying they did when they did what I said they did in front of everyone in fucking plain view. And they'll still deny doing it. And I guess their audience has amnesia and forgets. They're easily manipulated into being led to believe they didn't see and hear what they saw and heard because the person said they didn't say it or do it, when they did it right in front of them multiple times, quite proudly, until they get called out on it, and then it's, oh, I would never do that. You did it in front of everyone, and nobody's calling you out on it. It's just strange to me how they can go around the internet calling out everyone else for the behavior that they are exhibiting themselves. It's insane to me how you can sit on a pedestal and scream to high heavens about doxing, going real life, and harassment, yet you are doing all of those things to other people in front of your entire audience. And nobody has the backbone to stand up to you. But somebody maybe half your size. Can't have that, can you? You know, being held accountable for your behavior. Because every time someone calls you out for your behavior, you deflect and make up a bunch of shit on that person and run with it as fact. Just to deflect from your own behavior. That you never deny, really. I mean, you vaguely deny it, but mostly you won't even address it. You just deflect and blame the other person for a bunch of shit they didn't do. To make people forget what you've been proven guilty of. Irrefutably. It's insane to me. Yes! Like, you can clearly see him putting on his fucking seatbelt. The cop mentions it before they even get out of the car. Look, did you see what he just did? He just put his seatbelt on. And when they approach the vehicle, he's holding his seatbelt out as if he already knows what he did wrong. Because if I'm wearing my seatbelt traveling down a public highway and I get pulled over, odds are I'm not going to be holding my seatbelt out, screaming to high heavens that I was wearing my seatbelt. Because I'm not going to think, oh, it's my seatbelt, if I'm wearing my seatbelt. That's an admission of guilt in and of itself, right there. But he's too dumb and fucking entitled to realize that. See, people tell on themselves if you let them. I've seen many such cases of people on this platform doing shit and admitting to it and then trying to gaslight people into thinking they didn't do it when they admitted to doing it. People will always tell on themselves in one way or another. Most of them are just too dumb to keep their mouths shut.
Stop. But yeah, you had it on. My seatbelt was on. Maybe that's something. So if I drive past you, right, I don't have my seatbelt on, and you get behind me, my seatbelt on, is that you have it on? I'm not doing it. My seatbelt was on. There you go. I can't afford a $10 seatbelt ticket for no reason. You could afford it. You have to rip your money out. What's cash? Is there $10? Yeah, like a bunch of singles and stuff. You freaked out. I thought I was going to have to drag him out of the car. That's all it is. All they do is collect revenue for the state. That's all it is. Collecting revenue. I got my seatbelt on. Getting in trouble for having my seatbelt. A $10 seatbelt ticket. Like it's the end of the world. Getting in trouble for having my seatbelt. You guys caught the wrong day. You spent $500 on his family. Probably bought some illegal fireworks. Jackson was his permit. Jeez. You like those agencies that confiscate fireworks? Yeah. And take pictures of it like the big drug keeper. Yeah. Body camera's on, right? What's on? It's not recording this whole entire thing. You got to sue your ass. Okay. Sue me for a seat. Yep. I'm suing you. I can't legally do that. Because you're doing a public life, it's taking money privately. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's too fat.
Oh, it is Andrew Ditch, because he's threatening to file a frivolous lawsuit against the police officer for doing their job. How dare this police officer have the audacity to do their job and pull you over for not complying with the law that everyone else on the public highway has to comply with. So why are you special? Huh? Yeah, how dare this cop do his job? Right? This has to be Andy Ditch. He's threatening frivolous lawsuits and acting like a giant toddler. This has to be Andrew Ditch.
Seatbelt on, body camera. You're giving me a ticket with my seatbelt on. You walked up with my camera onto my vehicle with the recording of my seatbelt. It's on. And if you have those facing straight, you don't got side cameras on the car. You're using it something else. $10. Okay.
After ranting endlessly while silently wishing the cops let him go, the officers finally give him what he deserved.
Back, all right? My seatbelt's on. Let me see your citation for failure to wear your seatbelt. It's on. Is your body camera on? I got a seatbelt on, you know, and it's on. I'm happy to slip it on before you left. It was on. So it's $10. All right? $10. Yeah. And you're freaking out over $10. $10. Yep, because we're doing a click or ticket campaign. That's why we're out here. It takes some money together. Maybe they'll help you out. Yeah. All right. Now, mandatory court date of August 11, 2022 at 2 p.m. with the Racine County Circuit. You don't pull bond here, all right? If you before the court date, if you choose to pay online, in person, or by mail, information on the bottom of the citation is also the bond envelope with self-explanatory. Okay, you have any questions? No. All right. Make sure you're buckled up before you leave next time, sir. All right, be safe. Yeah, enjoy your weekend.
The man was eventually given a traffic citation and released with a warning. If you thought that was dramatic, then you haven't seen the case of this religious man who turned the fight into a pandemonium.
If you take your mask down, I'll answer you. I'm not talking to anybody with the mask.
Anybody listening to with busting their heart?
You are. I can keep your.
On a beautiful day in Florida, officers responded to the Southwest Terminal response.
Of course, this had to be in Florida. Why do all the crazy people have to come from Florida? Come on, people. Stop doing dumb shit in Florida. You're making me look bad because I was born there. Come on, Florida. Get your shit together, dude. Come on. I'm honestly almost ashamed to tell people I was born in Florida because of people like this. And people like Alligator Man and Turtle Man and Swamp Man and come on, Florida, stop smoking crack. Put down the meth. Get your shit together, Florida.
Report of an extremely disorderly passenger. The man was reportedly arguing with the flight crew and passengers over a mask. He continued to claim that real men are not supposed to wear masks and insisted that everyone on the plane take off their masks. Upon arrival,
you insist that everyone on the plane take off their mask because real men don't wear masks. What does wearing a mask for the safety and security of all the other human beings on this planet have to do with being a man? A real man wouldn't hang his masculinity and his manhood on whether or not he wore a mask. Because a real man would be secure enough in his manhood that he could handle wearing a little mask. If your manhood is so fragile that it can't handle wearing a tiny mask over your face as to not get the rest of the world sick, if it's that fragile, you don't have any manhood. I have more manhood than you if your fucking ego is that fragile. Grow up.
their witnesses who provided more information about the man.
While I was playing drinks, he came back to the back and he touched me on the shoulder and he said, "Do you know that a real man doesn't wear a mask?" I said, "I know real men that do all sorts of things." So then he said, I knew it. And he just kept patting me. So then he went back to the seat and I'm just way back.
Yes. So whatever happened up top, last name, age, date of birth. I'm sorry. Which I'm not. I got this. I'm just trying to get
I know. So he went back on He's way back to his seat. He said, dude, Jesus Christ. And I looked at Karen, the other five. I said, oh Lord, we got a preacher on board. And the one looked over at this little girl to talk to her, and he was with his wife and his daughter. And the grandpa stood up. He said, dude, you need to sit down. He was okay, no problem. And that's when I called the podcast. As what is in fact was talking like, we need to calm down. All the passengers are scared, like in that section, they're like, he is crazy out, yelling at us, and the other guy, the window was like, I'm going at it. I'm like, dude, calm down. Like, half the public's like, what is going on? Whatever you say, he's toward the back, yes.
After hearing details about the man's actions, the officer then approached him. However, the officer didn't know that things were about to turn chaotic.
Take them off. And if you have any balls, take your mask off. Look, here. The worst thing she's seen on
Hey, dipshit. You don't get to say whether or not that child needs to see and hear certain things and words. That's not your child. You don't get to make that call. And that child's parents has every right to shelter that child. That is a small child. And also not your child. So you need to mind your fucking business. Also, half of those people on the plane who are wearing their mask like responsible adults are doing so not for their self, but for their family and loved ones and friends, as to not get them sick because they were irresponsible and childish, on top of being selfish and narcissistic, not caring about whether or not they brought a serious illness in on their loved ones because they couldn't be bothered to wear a mask in public. How incredibly insensitive and childish and selfish of you. Even that little bitty child right there is responsible enough to wear her mask. Where you, a grown ass man baby, are throwing a fucking toddler tantrum because you don't want to be inconvenienced. I can assure you, the people in your life who interact with you would probably rather you wear a mask so that you aren't giving them the CVID because you're an inconsiderate piece of shit who only cares about your own comfort and your own wants and needs and not thinking about the people around you at all. Some of those people have elderly people at home. Some of those people have people with low, like really poor immune systems at home. Some of those people may have cancer patients as relatives and not want to bring in a virus that could Minecraft them. But here you are, you cannot be inconvenienced. How dare you be inconvenienced when the entire world, the whole ass world, is having to wear a mask? You should be exempt, right? Because you're special. Yet you're not special. You're just a dick. You're an insufferable dick on top of that. So.
TV around. Trust me. Real men. Real. Look, I don't care. I'm a real man. Real Christian. Real Christian father. Guarantee you guys. I don't know.
once in 12.
I'm fairly certain that God you keep quoting would much rather you wear a mask to protect the people in your life. And I'm fairly certain your manhood is so fragile that it's affected by a mask. You don't have a manhood. You are, in fact, a man baby throwing a toddler tantrum. And what does being a Christian have to do with whether or not you wear a mask? You are insufferable. Oh, and that brings me back to another thing. Some dipshit who knows absolutely nothing about me whatsoever said that I pretended to be pagan when it suited me, and like when my new audience comes in, I'm suddenly Christian. No, you're wrong. I'm Norse pagan. I have always been Norse pagan. As long as I've had this channel, I have been Norse pagan. I have never not on this platform been Norse pagan. I've been very vocal and very open about that, in fact. Where you get mixed up is where you seem to think that because I am Norse pagan, that means that I can't also believe in God. Where is the law of religion where it states that I cannot be Norse pagan and also believe in God? Also, I believe God exists. I believe in Jesus. I believe in all of that. I believe it's extremely misquoted and misrepresented and misinterpreted. I don't believe the Bible says what you think it says. I think a lot of it has been misconstrued, misinterpreted, and misused. Because a lot of things, even historically, in history itself, not even just the Bible, but historically, things have been misinterpreted and later fixed. Take the scrolls of the Dead Sea. Those have been misinterpreted a million times and corrected. There are a lot of ancient Roman transcripts that have been completely misinterpreted. And the freedom of religion means that I am free to be Norse pagan and also believe in God if I want to. Why would that affect you at all? What I believe. Is that not petty as hell? That you have nothing better to do than to crack on me for my choice in religion or faith? That's none of your business, quite frankly. Like, unless you're living in my soul, in my mind, walking my path, my journey for me, then what I happen to believe in that gets me through every day is none of your business. You don't have the right to tell me what I can and cannot believe in. I don't know who you think you are, but you do not have that kind of power over me, and I will never give it to you. Because whilst, yes, I do believe in God, and I do believe in the Bible, and I believe the way that I believe, I choose the path that I took for a reason. I know enough about the Bible and Christianity to be a minister, to be a pastor. I could legally be a pastor with my education. I could lead a congregation with my education as it is, with my diplomas, plural. But that's not the path I wanted to take. I was raised in a Christian school. I was raised in a Christian family. I do have trouble on occasion grappling with that and being Norse pagan. That's part of it. It's part of life, is figuring out who you are and who you want to be and what path you want to take. That's for you to decide. Nobody else gets to decide that for you. And the fact that you honestly believe you are entitled to do that to me speaks volumes to your character and your level of entitlement. And you want to go around spouting off your mouth at people and getting angry because people called you a pedophile while you sat there and accused Classic of being a pedophile. Classic is not a pedophile. Just because people support me, that doesn't make them pedophiles, you ignorant cow. You've literally accused all of my friends of being pedophiles at one time or another. And I really hope that the people you've done that to take up a cause and file a lawsuit against you for defamation. But when you send a convicted, documented pedophile who has offended against a child times 3, I believe, now, after me and my 2 minor children, you don't get to criticize other people when you do shit like that. You lose all credibility and all fucking dignity intact and integrity when you do shit like that. And the fact that the people around you are okay with that also speaks volumes to who they really are. Anyone interested in the proof that that happened to me, I have it recorded. All you have to do is email me. I can prove and back up everything I have ever said. DM me. That's all I'm saying. Is DM me. I'll send it to you. I got screenshots for days. On that and that alone. I've got screen recordings. I've got clips. I've got screenshots. You should know by now I have the receipts. If I say it, I have receipts for it. Bet. Did you know that's extremely legally egregious? That you can be held legally liable for that. Like, if something would have happened to me as a result of what you did, yeah, you need to stop doing that shit to people. It's not cute. It's not amusing. It's disgusting and abhorrent. And if you are at all interested in the truth, DM me. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Everybody got touch about 6 feet. You'll be in handcuffs. Let's go. They're trying to put you in handcuffs. I am never wearing a mask again. You're going to take your mask off. You're bold. This guy's going up. Talking? I see you. You're getting sued. You're getting sued. I'm going to be a multi. Why are you touching me? You're going to hit that deck in a minute. I believe you. You're going to hit that deck. I believe you. I'm not trying to tougher than you. Take your mask off. Come on here. I need to see your ID. Don't play with me. I'm not. You're a big guy. You think I'm afraid of you? I don't want you to be afraid. For the Lord. All right. I'll lay down my life. Who you know? Why are you good? I'll pray for you. I want to talk about this reason. Who pray for you? You understand. Look, I want to do that for you. You know what? You have a test right now in your life. If you want that for me, listen, what happened? Nothing happened. Okay, are you a real man? Are you a real man? Okay. Explain to me something that happened. You love the Lord. I want to know that. This is the test. I'm not getting arrested. What's your name? You're a bold man. You're the only one with a. Who thought he was tough? Where is he? I thought you were tough. Stand right here. Stand right here. Stand back over there.
I don't know who the hell this guy thinks he is. He's like, if you're a Christian, you take off your mask. If you're a Christian, take off your mask. Like, what does being a Christian have to do with wearing a mask? Matter of fact, if you are a Christian, you should be wearing a mask, because does it or does it not say in the Bible, Jesus himself told you to abide by the laws your governors and your appointed officials give to you? To be a law-abiding, upstanding citizen. To obey your king, governor, or elected official. To obey the law, so that you do not make him look bad, basically, by being rebellious and indignant. Degenerates, basically. Because Jesus wanted people who could bring his name favor and not contempt. Because do you think it makes God look good for you to be out here breaking the law and being an absolute criminal? Doesn't make him look good. And Jesus also wouldn't be okay with you risking the lives of everyone who interacts with you because you're being careless, selfish, and self-centered, narcissistic, and entitled. I don't think he would like that very much. Being a Christian doesn't mean you are above the law either. You are beholden to it, if anything. Only after God, of course, but you are still expected to obey the law. You need to read your Bible better there, buddy. I'm just saying.
You know who my father is? Well, you're the only man I will talk to.
Your father, you still need daddy to get you out of jail at your age, sir. Nobody cares who your father is. They care that you're creating a disturbance and acting like a giant toddler. That's what they care about. They don't give a damn who your daddy is. Because daddy ain't out here causing a fucking public disturbance, disturbing the peace. You are. And after you're an adult, it doesn't matter who daddy is. Nobody cares. Karen.
You can't even look at me in the eye. You're a man. Tell me to pray for you. Took your hand off. You want to do sin? I'm going to be a multi-billionaire. I like you. You can talk to me. You're just wait to the left. You know what an angel is? You know, new words released.
How much meth did the Lord tell you to do today, sir? Because you over here flip-flopping around like a fucking meth head. I mean, it is Florida after all. The dude is behaving like a fucking meth head. He's all over the place, talking gibberish and nonsense, expecting anything he says to make any sense whatsoever. None of that has anything to do with what he's done. He's disturbing the peace. He's creating a disturbance. He's being belligerent and causing a scene. And he's acting like he's fucking cracked out of his head. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember seeing it in the Bible anywhere, but I'm pretty certain that Jesus don't want you out here doing meth, dude.
Yeah, no. You know what Drew Brees is? He knows me.
The officers met the man and saw that he was exactly the way he was described. Uncooperative and deeply religious. But the man didn't know things were about to change for him.
He's gonna walk again. You know what's gonna walk? Heaven. The streets of gold. You in your life is great. Another day. You'll remember. You pull your mask. You're a good man. The reason you're talking to me right now. Good men do not wear masks. Kids need to see men smile. You need to put your daughters on your knee and read to them. Don't you ever forget. You want to marry so bad? Are you a good man? No, of course not. I don't touch. I love my wife. She's the greatest woman on earth. I laid down my life for her. She's in there. Have you laid down your life for a woman? Do you stare at women with lust in your heart? No, you don't. That's why I like you. He's the only one that don't stare at women with lust in his heart. In here. But you're
If you take your mask down, I'll answer you. I'm not talking to anybody with a mask. I can't do that. Because you know why? Because you're a coward. This is your test. You want to know what a test is? You got a woman. You're like stronger than you. No. I don't care. Do you have a woman in your life that's stronger than you? Well, yes, you do. Let me ask you this. You're a man. You're going to tell your wife to shut up. You're going to be a real man. Are you ready to be a man? You want your wife to be the woman on these TV shows that you're not proud of? Your wife is looking for a real man. And I guarantee you this. If you think you're a man, I promise you, your wife will say, why didn't you that for? Look, I'll talk to you. Don't touch me. Dude, what you got? Do it.
I'm pretty sure your wife is thinking, oh God, I wish he'd just shut the fuck up. Like, I feel certain of it. I've not even met your wife, and I'm pretty sure that what's going through her head is not, oh yes, I have such a manly man because he's not wearing a mask. He's a nonconformist. I'm pretty sure that what she is thinking is, oh my God, he's embarrassed me in public again. Because he cannot shut his loud ass mouth and stop causing a scene everywhere we go, because it's always got to be about him. I'm pretty sure your wife is probably sick of this shit. This is probably not the first time you have embarrassed her in public. If I were your wife, I would be so embarrassed by you. I would be ashamed of you. I would probably be like, nope, that's not my husband. But then again, I would never marry a little bitch like you, whose manhood is so fucking fragile that it hangs upon whether or not he wears a mask. I have never met a real man whose manhood was so fragile it hung on whether or not he wore a mask for public safety and for the safety of those at home that he's in charge of caring for. A real man would do whatever was necessary to protect his family from a vicious virus. Fairly certain a real man wouldn't want to bring a virus home because his ego was so fragile that it was affected by a mask. You are an embarrassment, sir.
What y'all heard on TV last night? Put your hand behind your butt. Put your hand behind your butt. Put your hand behind your butt.
Where's the real man? Any real man pass this test? Kill him.
Oh, what did I say? Oh, yeah, this is great. Y'all are all done.
Any woman in here, this is what a man does for a star. Anybody looks at a daughter with lust in their heart?
Nobody said anything about looking at their own daughters with lust in their heart. What the fuck is wrong with you? You need to be investigated, sir. Like, you need to be drug tested and investigated because there's something really wrong with you. Nobody's looking at your daughter with lust in their heart. You disgusting piece of shit. You have just embarrassed your wife and your entire family in public. And probably not for the first time. You're not getting arrested. And no, real men would never cause a scene causing them to get arrested in public and embarrass their family. Real men don't behave like petulant children in public. Your manhood is extremely fragile.
When Benjamin told me to say that, he's gonna be my best friend. You know what? That man is a real man. And one of these, that's how you get somebody to marry their daughter. I want to be a part of that. No, he's gonna be fucking back. Hey, who told that? They got. Y'all all that. Hey, whoever told that, you're gonna keep your. Thank you. Y'all say your name. Nobody can say that. Hey, y'all guys are real man. I'll shut up. Stay right there, all right? That's my father. My father is the greatest man on earth. What? Why don't y'all answer your phones? Somebody buy my parents a cell phone. I don't speak. What?
Yeah, there's a real man embarrassing the shit out of your wife. She is so humiliated by you that she is physically hiding her face. Telling you to shut the fuck up. You are embarrassing her, dude. Like, I can't even say I have secondhand embarrassment. I have all the embarrassment for her. You want to talk about a real man? A real man wouldn't have humiliated his wife in public like that. By behaving like a fucking tantrum throwing child.
Despite his wife's presence at the scene, the man continued being uncooperative and chose not to listen to his wife. However, his preaching soon changed into cuss words when the officers took the necessary next step.
Well, you're glad to see you again.
My dad will see me again in heaven. I don't care. A man is supposed to lay down his life for his family, right?
We don't need you to. We're good.
But other people need me. You know, people that Alex knows, I want them to smile. I'm sick of their frown. I want smiling people in my life. If you can't look at me and smile, you're not. You let a strong man marry you going. He's not a real man. You don't touch me. You're not touching me. Take your mask off. No, you're not touching me. You're not strong. I want a strong man to touch me. Don't touch me. Who do you think you are?
I want a strong man to touch me. I want a strong man to touch me. I bet you do, little bitch boy. I bet you do. I bet you really want a strong man to touch you. You just said it. You said, I want a strong man to touch me. I bet you do. I bet you do.
You're not strong enough for me. You know how crazy I am? I'm crazy like my dad. Yeah, you like oh, yeah. You don't break my arm. You want to break my arm? Shoot.
Because that's a flex. You know how crazy I am? I'm crazy like my dad. Okay. Because that's something to brag about, right? You're proud of that? Are you? You are an embarrassment to everyone around you. You, for the sake of your kid, need to grow the fuck up and learn that the world doesn't revolve around you and your opinions and your asinine behavior. And your petulant attitude. Grow up.
Everybody's going to their whole life. You are. I can kick your ass. I'll say your advantage. You want to take your basketball. I've never plenty of opportunity. Claw. You want to step to me? Listen. That's why I'm here to call you. Well, I think that the call you. Just walk, Chad. Just walk. You don't know how strong my father is in there. Down. I'm out of mask. I'm out. That's what somebody does. What are you gonna do? You're a couple.
That's what you did for your daughter? Did you really just utter those idiotic words that you did that for your daughter? I hope not. Because what you just did was embarrass your entire family, cause a scene in a fucking airport, and get dragged out of the airport in handcuffs. So you did that for your daughter? I'm going to put X to doubt, because you did that because you were on a fucking ego trip and you have a fragile ego. You did that because you're narcissistic as hell and you embarrassed your whole ass family in public, getting dragged out in fucking handcuffs. If it was for your daughter, you would have sat down, not caused a scene, and behaved appropriately in public and set a good example for your daughter and not gotten arrested in front of them and caused probably years worth of trauma in the process. I cannot imagine how insufferable you must be in person. Gotta help anyone who actually has to deal with you on a regular basis. That's all I'm going to say.
Cars are down. Is it a straw? What he said.
After a long hassle, the man was eventually taken to jail, where he was charged with disorderly conduct and assault on a police officer. Next, we go to the case of this man who went nuts after he was served the wrong beer at a bar.
I'm asking you, what crime did I commit? What have I committed? You want to go that route? Where should we get out of conversation? Stop this. Turn around.
On the 5th day of March 2023, officers received a call from a bar reporting a man who went berserk on the bar staff after he was served the wrong beer. Upon arrival, the officers met with the aftermath of the man's childish actions.
Then he come back to the right around again. Then he put out that little yellow line, and then he showed his ass again with everybody. Okay. See what happened? I can't pull it. Okay. My brain's not there anymore. Okay. Table. You already know that. Okay. Yeah, because then you got me over there trespassing the change about right track. I signed the paper. I can't go for a trespass? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, that's why. Don't go back over anymore. Okay. That's all right. Tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, he took your rest and they're coming to bring names. FBCK, I can't think it's Sunday. They were angel. But yeah, he was being abused and everybody. Like I was. Okay, even though they keep telling him to get off the property. Okay, you seen that? Yeah. And he would not leave. Okay, but the guy in there, he got the report for you right in there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go in there. Yeah, because he was talking with him now. Okay. Yeah. Can I just have your ID and you gave me a verbal statement? Can you swear into that what you just told me was true? I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved. All right. Okay, I understand. All right, I understand. Hi. Good, how are you? Did you see what happened? No.
Yeah, I know, dude. Did you see that? Yeah. I told you. I fucking told you. verbally answering somebody who just DM'd me. I told you. That's all I'm gonna say. I fucking told you. I've been fucking saying that shit for months. Anybody listen? No. But you fucking see it. There you go.
I just saw when I pulled in here, guy yelling in the window, and then you guys are here. So I'm like, okay.
All right, thank you. Understand.
I'm a retired firefighter, so I'm like, good people I love cops.
Okay.
Having fun with us. And then all of a sudden the switch went off. And he, because I cashed him out, his wife came to find him, and I had his debit card, so I cashed him out. And then that's when he proceeded to be very aggressive, very, very rude, over rude. You cashed me out. You in my face, and I said, please leave, get off my property right now. I'm asking you to leave. And he was in my face, spitting at me, screaming at me. I mean, the whole works. And I said, get off my property. Get off my property. Oh, fuck. And then I had other people come, men gathering around me, patrons. Johnny from here, Dave from over here. So I had men back me up. They were like, you need to back up off of her. He was like, oh, you want all this and that. So that happened. And then I just went, I left the situation and went inside the bar because I felt like it was getting out of hand. And he was going to hit me, or he was going to do something. He was just out of control.
Despite being a regular at the bar, the man suddenly switched his demeanor from friendly and nice to hostile and aggressive because he was served the wrong beer. The officer suspected that something was off with the man, and soon they figured out what that was.
How you doing? I'm doing good. Do me a favor, step out the truck for me. Okay. Step out the truck for me. For what? I want to talk to you for a minute. All right, well, stepping out the truck, don't consider me stepping out. Right. Well, I just want to talk to you, man to man. Okay, so you... Obviously, there's an issue that happened, so that's all, bro. That's all, bro. I've been tracking him forever. Yeah, well, that's why I want you to step out of the truck. So why am I stepping out the truck for? Because you've been drinking forever. Who told you? You said you've been drinking. You just did. Didn't? Yeah, you did. I promise you I didn't. You just told me. I did tell you. I promise you did. I told you. What is it? What's your first name? What is your first name? My name's Officer. My name's Officer Presley. Officer Presley? Yeah. Okay. What am I being stepped out of the truck for? Okay. We got called for a disturbance, okay? It was you. All right. It was somebody, heavy set male tattoos in a Ford truck. So it wasn't me. No, I'm not saying that. We're not going to. We're not going to go that route. No. So are you going to step out of the truck? Are you going to step out of the truck for me? I'm asking you, what crime did I commit? It's going to video you. Okay, that's fine. What crime did I commit, dude? Are you going to sit here and talk to me like a man step out of the truck and talk to me? Can video you on what crime did I commit? I didn't commit a crime, dude. Okay. I've been sitting here and I haven't committed. I can tell you right now, I'm not letting you drive away. I don't toxic. You let me drive away or not? Tell me what crime. Okay. So what route do you want to go? What route do you want to go? Do you want to go that route? Committed. What have I committed? You want to go that route? Where we can have a conversation? We can have a conversation. You can. Without you yelling. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not, but you're telling me. I'm not yelling at you. What the committed? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm asking you. That's what I'm trying to talk about. What crime have I committed? I don't know. You don't know. Because I'm trying to figure everything out. I just got here. You pull me over, but you don't know what crime I've committed. I didn't pull you over. Are you serious? You just pulled up in front of me and you turn your light on and you walked up here and but now you're telling me you don't know what crime I committed. What crime have I committed? If you want to go that route, I'm not. I'm asking you. Okay, right now. I'm asking you before I start filming this. Okay, right. Because I committed no crime.
Get out of the truck. Whatever. Come on, get out of the truck. Whatever. Get out of the truck. Get out of the truck. What? Turn around. Stop you. Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on your back. Or you're gonna get tased.
The cops figured out that the man was just a child in the body of a grown-up adult. Since he was being difficult to talk to, the officers decided to put him in handcuffs. However, that was when the real chaos started.
What crime have I committed? That's what I'm asking you. What crime? We're past that point. No, we're not past that point. Yeah, we are. We're not. What crime? We're gonna walk up back here. What crime have I committed? Tell me what crime have I committed? Right now, disorder. What crime have I committed? Don't do that. What crime have I committed? What crime have I committed? Tell me what crime have I committed right now? Disorderly. 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 And DUI. What crime have I committed? You're gonna go to the ground. What crime have I committed? What crime have I committed? I have not committed a crime. I have not committed a crime. Relax. I have not committed a crime. I have not committed a crime. Hello. Yeah, the office. Hey. That guy's truck. Tow it. If you want to tow it, tow it. Tow it. He goes to jail.
After successfully securing the man in the rear seat of the squad car, the officers then asked one of the staff for full details about the man's attitude. The details showed how much of a man-child the man really was.
So how was he acting inside?
So we only served him a beer and one mixed drink. He didn't even finish his mixed drink. His wife came in here, took his card, we cashed him out. We told him he's cut off. You can't have any more drinks.
His wife
racing in the parking lot.
Okay. With that?
With that.
Okay. By himself? He was just
by himself, just revving, going fast. So we said, well, you're cut off. You can't have any more drinks. Okay. He started cussing us out, saying, you can't cut me off, this and that. So we said, you need to leave. He said, I don't need to leave. Call the cops. And we said, okay. So, yeah, we're here.
Okay. And when he came out here, who was he yelling at?
The bartenders. Yeah,
okay.
Me and my other bartender. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Did he make any threats? Anything towards you guys?
No, he just called us bitches and that. Our member wants to know what's going on, why he's getting arrested or whatever.
So disorderly?
Oh, hold on.
He's getting arrested for disorderly. He's getting arrested for disorderly, DUI, and battery on LEO. That's up to the arresting officer. What happens to his truck? Whether we tow it or we get let it. Yes.
Okay. What is disorderly?
Drunk and disorderly. He was drunk.
Oh.
Causing a disturbance and everyone.
Okay.
Causing everyone to look and being disorderly to the Hey.
I was with Nito. This all happened now. Did you see one? Yes, he was in my face screaming at me. Yes.
Okay.
Can you run a statement? Yeah, I will write a statement. Yes. Okay, thank you.
I'm saying. Sit around. Chris. Sit you goddamn you. Sit back. You. I'll beat your goddamn ass. If that's what you want to think. Is that what it is? Huh? I got you on film. That's fine.
Did you know that you can catch an assaulting a police officer charge if you spit on them? Like, you can fucking face some serious jail time for that. Like, you can't just go around spitting on people. Like, why do people do that? Why? Like, there are a million other approaches you could take that don't include spitting on an officer. Like, you cannot do that. That's disgusting. Like, I could never be a police officer because the first time somebody spit on me like that, we would have a serious problem. Well, I say we would. They would have a serious problem. No. Like, I would lose my shit if somebody spat on me. Exactly, yeah. Like, that's a serious charge, too. It's not like something you want to play with. It's a serious charge. You don't want that on your record. Like, this could have ended so much differently. Like, if he had just complied and talked to that officer, I'm fairly certain that officer would have let somebody just take his drunk ass home. But because he escalated the situation and, like, overreacted the way he did, now it's a felony offense, at least on that alone, really. And there are multiple charges they could stack up just for him spitting on them. Hmm. I think I got enough battery for like one more hilarious Karen video, but that's about it, I think.
Today, Detective Dale gives us an unfiltered look at these unapologetic offenders and the consequences they face.
Drunk driving is taken very seriously by law enforcement. The potential danger in these situations is always high, as officers never know what they might encounter. This is evident in our next case.
Hello, officer. You seem more superior to everything else, but there's people out
or caring about our superiority. While on duty
Or
on July
superiority?
24th, 2022, a sharp
You care more about the superiority than you care. There are people out there who care about our superiority. What the fuck?
eyed sheriff saw a vehicle weaving unpredictably, prompting an urgent traffic stop.
Hey, David, County Sheriff's Office. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Reason why I stopped. Well, the first time when you turned off of Harbor, you took.
I can't even see across these things because they're so dark.
Okay.
First of all, but I can see.
Okay.
But okay, well why did you stop me?
Because on Harborview, there's a barrier, and you went in front of the barrier.
In Harborview, I'm not familiar with this area. I'm trying to get to Golden Gate.
Where's Golden Gate?
You don't even know where it's at.
No.
Golden Gate City. I'm trying to get to the other side of wherever I'm at to get home.
Okay. Well, where's home?
I'm not even in this county. Oh my God, I'm still stuck in this county.
You're still stuck in Charlotte County, yes.
Oh.
You by chance have your license and stuff on you?
Absolutely. I just came from an area to eat. I'm trying to go home and sleep.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
My money card. My AAA card.
Thank you.
Sorry. It's dirt.
Oh, so you're from Naples?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm lost. If you haven't figured it out, sir, I'm lost.
I see that.
I came from 3057, a birthday party.
Okay.
She also can't speak, Harry, and I'm well aware. I meet more women Karens than I do men, but the men are on another level, for real. But some of these women, I swear to God, I'm dealing with several of these entitled ass Karens with zero insight into their own behavior. They are abundant on YouTube, let me tell you. But Jesus, yeah, and that's why I show both, Harry, because there are these types of people in both sexes. Like being a Karen is not exclusive to one sex or the other. The two aren't mutually exclusive. Like you can be a Karen and be a dude. You can be a Karen and be a chick. Doesn't matter. It's the actions that make you a Karen or not, and your attitude mostly. And this bitch got a nasty attitude, and she can't English.
I got my food, and I'm just trying to go home.
I suspect this woman is drunk off her ass. She sounds intoxicated.
Home. I have to go to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm lost.
That's in like 5 hours.
It feels like less when you have to wake up and get ready.
Is it mid? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Then why are you out? If it's so inconvenient for you to get pulled over because of the time of night, why are you even out if you've got to be at work in 5 hours and then have the audacity to complain that you have to be up by then? You should be at home in bed like a responsible adult, getting rest so that you can go to work well rested and prepared for a full day's work. That would have been the responsible adult thing to do. I don't know, but he shouldn't be because she's clearly intoxicated. She clearly ain't giving a fuck about this traffic stop.
By chance, Miss, have you had anything to drink tonight?
No.
No? Nothing?
Hungry as hell.
Just hungry as hell? Would it be okay if I check your eyes to make sure that you'll be on your way to go?
Once you're tired, I won't be looking.
Well, if you're tired, I won't see anything in your eyes. And then if for as long as you haven't had anything to drink, your eyes should be perfectly fine, even if you are tired, okay?
Oh, no, that works. I'm diabetic.
You're diabetic? What type of diabetic are you?
Type 2.
Type 2? Okay. Do you take insulin?
I need to start. I haven't started yet.
You haven't
I
started
don't
yet?
want to.
Full stop. So you're claiming you're diabetic because you think that'll affect your eye test. It won't. But you're full of shit. I'm not a cop and I can tell you're drunk. If you're type 2 diabetic, but how are you type 2 diabetic and you ain't even started your insulin yet? And you sitting there eating white bread. A type 2 diabetic would not be sitting there eating what you're eating if you were type 2 and not even taking insulin. Also, if you truly are diabetic, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol at all. Like, as a diabetic, you're not supposed to drink alcohol. You want to complain to him that you're type 2 diabetic, but you're not taking your medication for it. But you expect that to get you out of trouble. It's not going to. How about you behave as a responsible adult and then you don't have to fabricate bullshit to get you out of trouble? How about that? Could you try that maybe? Some accountability and behaving like a real life adult instead of a petulant child throwing a tantrum. Could you manage that maybe?
I don't want the pain. Mission. I don't want to pre-diagnose myself before I'm even there yet. I know diabetes running. I have diabetes because my father was pre-diabetic because of his legs.
Okay. Diabetes is a serious condition. I would, if you are diabetic, I would definitely get that checked out to the fullest, so that way you don't.
So how do you know you're diabetic? You just said it runs in your family and you don't want to diagnose yourself. But you just told him you were type 2 diabetic. So basically, you just lied to a police officer to get out of trouble. Bitch, shut up.
Don't
I am diabetic. I've been avoiding it.
Well, you gotta take care of yourself. It's got to be you need your insulin. I'd hate for you to need your insulin and pass out, especially if
I'm eating rice right now, and rice has sugar. So you can't tell me nothing about being diabetic. I'm Haitian. That's the same. In the same breath, I can tell you, officer, I'm Haitian.
When she realizes she is in hot water, her attitude starts to change. Suddenly, she is the victim and needs to make certain this entire thing is being recorded. The only one looking dumb on video, though, may end up being her.
Stop me. for a reason?
Yes.
Hold on, let me put on my TikTok. Let me record you.
Okay.
I gotta get that.
Just so you know, everything that we do is recorded. So the whole entire traffic offense has been recorded on my dash camera and also my body camera. Okay. So, I'll be right with you, okay? She was up on the bank over in front of the car wash. And when I pulled around, because like I saw her just kind of like sitting there, like it almost looked like she wrecked it, like turned and went into the bank. So when I turned around, she reversed, got on 41, made a right on the harbor, cut through the barriers, took a left, went all the way down to here, and now he's trying to get back onto 41. So,
If you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe.
I'm just gonna turn these front ones off. Hello. So, your license is good. Everything's good.
Everything's good. I'm just waiting for people to let me know where I can go on. Okay.
Well,
Okay, right.
Well, this is the thing. Like I said, I just want to check your eyes, make sure you're good to continue driving. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Get to my car.
Get to your
Before
car.
I get back to you.
Get to your.
I know, officer. You seem more superior to everything else, but there's people out there that are caring about our superiority.
Our superiority. I gotta hear that one more fucking time. You seem all superior, and there are people out there who care about our superiority. The fuck? That is not even a fucking word. Like, what? Superiority? No, bitch, you ain't superior. You can shut that shit right the fuck up.
I'm just gonna turn these front ones off. Hello. So, your license is good. Everything's good.
It's good. I'm just waiting for people to let me know where I can go on to the next page.
Well,
okay, right.
Well, this is the thing. Like I said, I just want to check your eyes, make sure you're good to continue driving. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Get to my car.
Get to your
before
car.
I get back to you.
Get to your.
I know.
Get to your car. Ma'am, you're in your car. What do you mean? Get to your car. You're in your car, ma'am. Are you okay? Like, I cannot with you.
Officer, you seem more superior to everything else, but there's people out there that are caring about our superiority. A part of yours.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
I'm sorry. You didn't comprehend that?
No, I'm not.
Okay, let me break it down to you. The 30 minutes I was sitting here, I was uncovered.
Covered?
Like some nasty sauce.
Okay. So
let me finish before you finish.
Okay, you can finish. I'll let you finish.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Okay, I'm that nasty sauce at the end, waiting for the other like you to get off work
Okay.
to register us. Then the thing that's so up.
You are so drunk. This bitch just said, I am that nasty sauce, waiting on people like you to get off work so they can registrate us. What the fuck? Does anybody else understand what in the Sam L she's trying to say? Because I don't. The hell?
I've been sitting on hold for a man who wasn't sitting on hold.
Okay.
When it comes to the now, this is where this becomes like you and where do I come in? Okay. This is where the part comes in. He got
It's like she's comparing herself to the nasty fish sauce. Why? Ma'am. You just shut up. Shut your face. You're not helping yourself here.
cinnamon.
Don't you love how the officer stayed calm the entire time? However, what happens next, no one saw coming.
Well, right now, I'm gonna ask you to step out so I can just talk to you back here, okay?
Oh my God.
Your vehicles in park
are more balanced than me. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna let the people that are making more money than me. I'm gonna make the more people that are making more money than me excel. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Stop it. Stop it, you. 318 Central.
There's traffic. Jesus Christ.
Well, that just turned from bad to worse. Now you're going to get fleeing arrest on top of drunk driving. Because, like, it was bad enough you were fixing to get a DUI. Now you're going to get fleeing the scene of a crime and fleeing arrest. Good job, ma'am.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Oh, right there! Car! Get out of the car! Move the hell away from the car right now! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Why is her underwear in the floorboard? Her nasty, crusty ass underwear were in the fucking floorboard. What the absolute fuck was that? And then she got out all indignant, like she didn't know why they were upset, and told him to calm down. No, bitch, you could have seriously hurt him by fleeing like that. Like, his arm was inside the car when you took off. You're going to get an assaulting a police officer charge. Most likely. You could have Minecrafted somebody. Congratulations for being stupid.
Put your hand behind your back. Yup. They're behind my back. Are you recording me? Yeah, I'm recording you. All right. Are you recording me, sir? Yeah, ma'am. Yes, sir. One hand over my friend. Roll over. I'm scared of white men. Roll over. They're so racist in America. I'm so scared of it. I work at the table. They're Italian. Get up. I'm still scared of white men. Get up. I can't. In the car. Over here to the left. What did I do? You're smoking traffic. I can't. I did not know. Get in the car. I drove out in the car. Because I was in fear. No, you weren't. Sir. Get in the car. Get in the car now. Yes. Get in the car. Oh my God. I should have just drove off. These were...
Bitch, you did just drive off. You ain't scared because you just, ma'am, no, you were drunk. You knew you were in trouble, so you thought you would just run off like they didn't have all your information. Dumbass. They could have just went to your fucking house. Like, I swear to God. Thank you for the $10. Anonymous. Unless you type in the chat, I'm not gonna say who sends me what. I don't want you harassed by jealous, thirsty ass bitches. But thank you for the $10. I appreciate it.
Anyone else in the car? No.
This woman was charged with fleeing, attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, reckless driving, and not surprisingly, driving under the influence. The person in this next case wasn't as obvious about their crime, but they still landed in hot water. This is going to be placed handcuffs. On March 26, 2024, in Florida, an officer conducted a routine traffic stop on a vehicle or an expired tag. He asked if they had...
What the hell, Florida? Why? Why's it always gotta be Florida? Now listen, Florida. You gotta get your shit together. You're making me look bad. I'm gonna have to stop telling people where I was born if you don't get your shit together.
Their medical card due to a strong smell of coming from the vehicle.
Yeah, so you have it. Hotel somewhere. So it's in the hotel somewhere, right? All right. There's no. Okay, but I'm supposed to search it for what? Because I have sufficient while I'm going to the store. Please. So let me ask a question. You say I stop you while you go to the store. You stop right there. Here's how I do. Because I'm asking you to. Because I'm asking you to. It's been the same right now. You lost your trust, right? You stay in the car. I ain't tell you get in the car yet. If you throw it, then that's an assault charge. Go ahead. Okay, I know.
You don't have to give. In your pockets, it'll stick your flavor. No, I think I just have a lighter. Just lighter, right? Too. Please. I got some better to do. My job. You know, before. You have possession of the vehicle. You still have full control of the vehicle. Still in transport. I'm still on right. Let's have a step out of the car. I'm a social. Yeah, I just step out of the vehicle. You can leave your person there too.
I don't.
You do have to.
I don't.
You have to. Yeah. Have to. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I'll let you go. No, your person has got charging. The last one I'm going to tell you, you'll be putting handcuffs like go the purse.
Well, it looks like they don't have a medical card on them now, do they?
So if you want to use your phone for recording, that's fine, but don't make any phone calls. I will take the phone call. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I said? Do you hear what I said? Do you hear what I said?
I'm not deaf. You
Give me another pair of cuffs.
get away from me. You get away from me. For what? For what? For what?
Because now you're not being cooperative with this. You're going to be placing handcuffs.
I don't do nothing. You gotta get. Yup.
So you know, you gotta get relax. You want to go jail for something?
It's the same way here, Harry. It's not illegal to have it, but you're not supposed to drive while partaking of it. Like, it's completely legal here. Pretty much everyone here partakes of the green leaf. So, like, it's not illegal. It's recreational and medical here. Like, you're not going to get in trouble for having it in the vehicle. You just can't have it on your person, like, in active use while driving. You're really not supposed to do it in public, per se. But, like, most people who do at their jobs or whatever, they use the vape marijuana instead of the flower, and they don't typically fuck with you too hard about that. But anyway, she going to jail. She going to jail. Much like some other people we know pretty soon. Allegedly conspiracy, whatever. But I'll be back probably tomorrow and we'll do some more of these fun videos. I'm having a lot of fun with these. I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. I hope everybody has a good night. Stay safe out there. When you can, try being nice and compassionate and try acting like an adult. Just gonna throw that out there. But be good to yourself and be good to each other. And I will see you all next time, which hopefully will be tomorrow, but that depends on what's going on tomorrow. So we'll see. All goes well. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Good night.